Everybody. Uh-oh. A little blurry. I better be coming in. You guys got me okay or blurry? Can you hear me? What's up, everybody? Fine, all right. Well, I'm fucking blurry to myself. Oh, here it is. Oh, now I'm good. All right. Took my own connection. Took longer than your guys. That's good. We're double fisting here. I got a coffee from down the block at the Dunkin'. I got my Dunkin' French vanilla that I just made. We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to try to get this done quick. It's early Saturday. Half of you guys have a lot of shit to do. The other half of you are still fucking sleeping. You'll be part of the thousands that'll catch this after it's live. No matter if you're catching it live or not, make sure you smash that up. Help out the algorithm. It's early on a Saturday. People need to know BC was live and rockin'. Rockin'. Because that's what we're fucking doing. Sasha said no more of your theme music, BC. I'm here 2 hours before getting the paperwork ready. We're listening to my fucking shit. That's fine. Her jams are good. Guys, we got some shit going down for Backlash that BC is not happy about at all. At all. And I'm going to voice my frustrations. But before I do that, a lot happened in the last 24 fucking hours. And the releases that BC has been telling you is going to happen. Unfortunately, I'm not happy about this. I told you guys a couple of months ago, I was the first one to break it, that we are going to see the most releases in company history this year. I said it was going to be around WrestleMania. A week or two ago, I gave an update, and now we are hearing around May 5th is when the majority of releases are going to occur. That's when they're doing their quarterly conference call. And they usually want to deliver bad news with the good news. So they're going to sell all their shareholders, the stock, all of that. They're going to sell them on all the great shit that's coming up this year. And then simultaneously drop all of the bad. Like, oh, we're getting rid of excess weight. Budget cuts are happening now. By delivering bad news with good news, it's a wash. And nobody is looking at the company like it's sinking or tanking or there's problems within the company. So that's why around the quarterlies is when big companies will usually do their budget cuts, which is usually a load of shit, obviously. But so we're thinking around May 5th, and we heard that it's going to be the biggest round of releases in company history. Well, that's already panning out to be true. It's not even May fucking 5th yet. It ain't even May 5th. And we just got like 10 dudes and gals at least down in NXT that just got the fucking axe. Now, there was many names that got released, cut, but the most notable for BC that I can't wrap my head around is Dakota Kai and Dexter Lumis. Dakota Kai and Dexter Lumis. Hold on. The fuck is that? Hold on. Dim that shit. Coffee mode that. I don't need that extra light. All right. Well, if I'm not bright enough, tough shit, man. I don't want the extracurricular lights on, guys. Dakota Kai befuddles me, right? This isn't a situation where, like, there's releases and then people go, here comes fake outrage. If you have ever watched Dakota Kai from the beginning, like people like BC and so many in my amp unit, and you hear that she just got released, tossed to the side like yesterday's news, like Mickie James and Ember Moon, which I still can't believe to this day, that Mickie James and Ember Moon can be in your company. You look at them and you say, well, shit, I've got nothing for them. And then 2 weeks later, you go, oh, they're fired. I don't see how you look at Mickie James and Ember Moon and you could say that, but okay, that still befuddles BC. But you could look at Dakota Kai and go, yep, don't see anything in her. Get her out. I don't see how anybody can look at Dakota Kai and not see fucking money. Not see an incredible talent that can clearly, because she has shown you so many fucking times, that she can carry storylines. And then they fuck with these people, right? Just like they did with Cross, Keith Lee, everybody. Vince just fucks with everybody. It doesn't matter where you are. It's not if you're a Triple H guy. It doesn't matter if you're down at the local bingo hall. It doesn't matter if you're a Jim Cornette guy. Vince McMahon just loves to fuck with you right before he cuts you, right? I honestly believe Ali's on his way out. He brought him back, do some fucking jobs. He beat The Miz. He'll probably job out to Austin Theory. That's right, Austin Theory, I still call him. Do some jobs and then watch him be one of the cuts around May 5th. But Killer Cross, Bearcat, Keith Lee. These are just some of so many fucking names that he brings you in, fucks with you, tarnishes your career and legacy and character and overall being, and then lets you go. So the last thing you remember is a Bearcat. The last thing you remember on Cross is his fucking Steve Urkel OnlyFans leather straps and his fucking medieval times helmet. He brings up Dakota Kai, right? We hear the rumors and then we see her in the dark matches for the main roster that she's been called up. Then they bring her back. Then they say we're kind of in between. We're finding out things to do for you. Then they release her. Do you see why people would get upset? It's not just that they didn't see the talent that we all see in Dakota Kai. It's that Vince McMahon fucks with them. Fucks with their head, fucks with their confidence, their self-esteem, has you in flux to the point where you don't even know what's happening, so you start questioning and doubting yourself, which could get somebody killed in that fucking ring. And then he releases you after you have none of that confidence left in self-esteem, and he says, you just aren't doing it for me. And then you wonder why people get upset when they see people like Dakota Kai and Ember Moon and Mickie James. I'm just sticking with the females here, guys. Just the females alone. We could get into the fucking dudes, obviously, with the Keith Lee's, Crosses, John Morrison's, Bray Wyatt, you name it. So many that they let slip through the fucking cracks, and honestly, Vince doesn't even give a fuck. But that's why we get pissed off. They strip it. And Shayna Baszler has said this so many times in interviews where she would go back and forth to Vince and not know what he wanted because he would tell her one thing to do. She'd go out and do it. She'd come back. He would say it's awful. She'd go out and do the correction. He would say it was great. And she would say, well, that was the first thing that I ever did that you didn't like. So she was just getting fucked with. She didn't know what to do anymore. And then Ember Moon just came out with an interview. And she was talking about how they literally, just like Malachi Black and Brody Lee, you guys remember Brody Lee, Rusev, so many of them, they would sit them at home because they had nothing for them. How the fuck do you look at guys like Rusev and Brody Lee and Ember Moon and tell them to sit home, Aleister Black, Malachi, and tell them sit home because I just don't have anything for you. And my 617 writers, they don't either. How do you look at these people and honestly say that? And then you wonder why people get pissed? It's fake outrage? No, it's legit justified outrage. Because I can't fathom how many of these releases, first of all, get cut, but how much they're fucked with before they're on their way out. And on top of that, you have nothing for Ember Moon? Ember Moon, you tell to sit the fuck home? To the point where she doesn't even know what she's doing anymore. She told a story about how she was in a fucking like one of the dark matches or like a WWE main event, one of those shows that nobody knows where to find it. And she kind of turned heel. And when asked about it on social, she says, I don't even know if I turned heel or not. That's how fucked up that her character was being portrayed. Her storyline, or lack thereof, was being given, how much effort and care and time and energy, or lack thereof, and that's how much they fucked with Ember Moon's psyche, to the point where she didn't even know what she was going out and doing. Who's been telling you for 5 fucking years that this is what's happening in that company? BC. And I get every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry schmuck that says, you don't know what's going on in the locker room. And I'm like, well, we do, though, because the Rusevs have spoken out. The FTRs, the Brody Lees, they've all spoken out before. The Mickeys, now the Embers. These are top-tier talent respected in the industry for justified reasons that won't just make up lies because they're bitter. This isn't just bitterness. This is talent that could easily run an entire company, and they're being tossed aside like yesterday's fucking garbage, and before that, being stripped down to irrelevancy, insignificance, in straight negligent form. That is inexcusable. That is unacceptable. Because it is negligence to your employees or your contracted employees. Contracted talent. He doesn't want to call them employees. It's negligence at its highest form. It's a travesty to the highest degree. And you wonder why we're upset. Fake outrage is all. I always see this when I see talents, big talents get cut. Oh, here comes the fake outrage. Are you not fucking mind-boggled that Dakota Kai got released? Because if you aren't, you don't know or you haven't seen Dakota Kai's work. Dexter fucking Lumis, that doesn't shock you or befuddle you? Dexter Lumis was helping to carry NXT the last 2 fucking years. Last year plus. Dexter Lumis was some of the brightest fucking segments for BC and so many of you. He was a dude we were thinking character-wise, this is hitting, bro. It's like a Stranger Things type of a character BC always felt. Now, yeah, it got fucking weird with the whole make-out shit, my girl Indy Hartwell with him. It started to get a little odd. That doesn't mean cut the motherfucker. It means you, Vince, have to get better with these individuals. You, Vince McMahon, is to blame. Not Johnny Laurinaitis, not Brucey Pritchard, not the 617 writers. Ember tells a story how when her and Shotzi broke up, the writers admitted, we didn't know you were even together. The point is, before anything goes onto the TV, Vince McMahon approves and disapproves. Then you wonder why BC blames Vince and only Vince. He knows what's going on, and he lets it happen. That's confirmed. Vince has final say on everything, even your little dark matches, your little main event matches that you can't even find on TV, YouTube. You have to search. Like, where's Waldo? Where's the next WWE? Where's WWE main event? Vince has final say on everything. So if I go to a restaurant and my meal is fucked up time after time and I keep complaining about the cook or the chef, but the cook or the chef still remains, at what point do you say, I'm done with the chef and the cook? I'm going to the big dog now. I'm going to the fucking owner because now it's his issue. I'm not interested in the chef or even the manager anymore. Because nothing's changing. That tells me it's one dude. It's the fucking owner. Fake outrage when you see Dakota Kai and Dexter Lumis? Was it fake outrage when John Morrison and Keith Lee and Karrion Kross and Ember Moon and Mickie James and Bray Wyatt and when they all got released? Fake outrage? You can build an entire company around that. The 10 names I just fucking shot out there. I'm befuddled with these I don't just get angry with them, bro. I get befuddled to the point where to this very day, I am confused and befuddled how you can lose Mickie James and Ember Moon. And Keith Lee. And Karrion Kross. Definitely Bray Wyatt. I'm baffled to this day, man. And we're already talking about the new releases. So now I have to fucking try to fathom Dexter Lumis and Dakota Kai. And there was about 8 or 9 other names, some shit. You guys can probably put down a list. Anybody that has the list available in the chat, if you don't mind. May take a minute. But for those that don't know what I'm talking about, I have to cover SmackDown. I know there were some supers that already came in. So it's already going to be kind of a longer stream. So I don't have that much time. But Dexter and Dakota for BC and so many of you were the big names that just... I have to now comprehend that when I still cannot comprehend the other fucking releases from the past 2 years alone. Fake outrage my ass. We are literally outraged because it doesn't make sense. This dude, Vince McMahon, literally is just trying to play God. And he just points, or he's throwing shit at the wall and seeing what name it lands on, who gets fired, who is kept. Or he literally is just playing God and pointing a fucking magic wand or some shit, expecto petroleum, and boom. People get to stay. Lacey Evans gets a 4-week fucking sob story world tour. Mandy Rose gets to stay, gets a reincarnation in NXT. Good for her. Mandy Rose is putting on the best work of her career. But how the fuck did Mandy get to keep her job before Toxic Attraction when Mandy was just in the mid-ground? You could take her or leave her. How did Mandy get to keep her job originally? Because Ember Moon got released. Ember was by far the better wrestler. Character-wise, Ember Moon was by far superior. You want to talk the mic? That's another story. Both weren't the greatest. But Ember Moon far outweighed Mandy Rose at the time. You guys remember. But it's because Ember didn't want to don the booty shorts? The fishnet stockings? So she gets released? It's almost like we've gotten to a point where we're just picking now, right? Picking. And then you wonder why women's wrestling fucking sucks when you have all the talent in the world. It's because these motherfuckers aren't booking them properly. Vince McMahon and Tony Khan. Tony Khan doesn't know what the fuck he's doing either. Lights out matches, Philly street fight, and then when it's done, he doesn't know where to go after that. So then he keeps the fucking wrestlers off for several weeks. Britt Baker gone for a fucking month after her lights out. Philly street fights, he puts right in the middle of the card. I'm talking not even the start of the second hour. So it doesn't feel important. You look at the Philly crowd with the Philly street fight. Serena Deeb, Sheeta. It is sad the response that they got. Go back and watch that match. They were chanting H2O. There was a point where Sheeta got fucking powder in her eyes. She watered it down, and for the first time in the match, you got to chant H2O, H2O. That's how disinterested they were in the women's division over in AEW. So there's a problem all over. Women's wrestling is not connecting, and I don't know how to get it through to Tony Khan and Vince McMahon. Get your fucking heads out of your asses. Make it worth tuning in for. There's a disconnect with women's wrestling. And back over in the WWE side of things, with people like Sasha Banks, people like Bayley that's coming back, people like Asuka that's already there, Bianca Belair, and you can go on and on with the fucking stacked talent roster that the women are in WWE. And yet, this is what we're fucking talking about. Vince has so much women talent, he feels he can just get rid of them on a fucking snap of a finger, blink of an eye, drop of a fucking hat. It's pathetic. Philly street fight. These women gave it all. Sheeta and Serena Deeb this past Wednesday. Watch after the match. 7 people got out of their seat to golf clap. 62 other people golf clapped in their seat, and everybody else couldn't be bothered. That's a true critique of what happened with WWE and AEW for the women this week. I'm the only one in the community that's going to tell you that truth. Everybody else is going to suck the dick of a company. Not me, bro. I'm going to tell you the women's wrestling right now in both companies. Both top companies here in the North, right here in America, are fucking shit. And it's uncalled for. There's so much talent. There's going to come a time where a promoter has to start doing this shit properly. Back to WWE, I don't know now, man. You just get rid of you just throw Dakota Kai aside like nothing. While meanwhile, we're getting 4 weeks of Lacey Evans sob story world tour. How many fucking weeks can we do this? How many fucking weeks can we go through her childhood, her tears? How long is this Sympathy World Tour gonna go on? Because it's awkward as fuck for me. I don't know how you guys are feeling about it. It's awkward for me. I almost have to change the channel because it's so weird. I mean, she was in tears. It feels like there's people behind the camera with weapons, like forcing her to tell it. She always starts it off with, okay, here it goes. It's almost like somebody is making her tell the fucking story. It's cringeworthy. It's awkward. Is this supposed to make us just cheer Lacey Evans because she knows she had a hard upbringing? We all have. Join the fucking club. You had an asshole father. I had an absent one. And when he was around, he beat the fuck out of me. I don't come on the stream every fucking week and go, hey, welcome to episode 62 or how my life sucked when I was younger. Today we'll be talking about my transition from the projects to prison. This is the weirdest attempt to get us to cheer for somebody that I have ever fucking witnessed in my fucking wrestling existence. Probably in a fucking lifetime. So anyway, I'm not even done with this cold open, by the way. We're going toward a fucking half an hour. But I'm not even done. Wait till you hear fucking this. I know, it seems like I'm all over the place in this cold open. Well, I'm not fucking done. There's more shit that I'm fucking befuddled by. This is what happens when I don't talk to you guys for a whole fucking day. Ready for this? Sob Story McGee. Yeah, Lacey Evans. 4 fucking weeks in a row. Okay, here it goes. Then we traveled even more, and I got more distant from my loved ones. And I was like, wow, life is amazingly bad right now. I'm loving this, Lacey. So get this shit. Backlash right now. Somebody who's got the full card, go ahead and post it. The full card for Backlash is all rematches. There was one match we were semi-looking forward to because of what it leads to. The Usos versus RKbro, winner takes all. We know that the Usos are going to own all the titles. Just like Roman has 2 titles, Usos are going to. Usos are the best tag team in WWE. We know that. So they're going to hold all the gold for a little bit. And they're going to... The island of relevancy is going to legit be relevancy to the highest degree, right? And hopefully we can start Randy Orton the turn on Matt Riddle. Because me, like so many of you, we're done with this RK-Bro shit. Randy Orton needs to become that fucking diabolical heel once again. He needs to matter again and not just be good for a laugh and a giggle. It's Randy! Here he comes with Scooter McGee! No, he needs to be relevant again in a serious way, right? We know that. It's been a fucking year in this little stupid-ass tag team. So much was gonna start from this. They took the one fucking match that anybody semi-cared about. Probably the one match with a title on the line, correct? The I Quit match. Maybe for the women. And then Bianca has... is there even a men's title on the line so far for Backlash? I don't think there's a men's title even on the line at Backlash. And it's next Sunday. But we'll get to that. Look at the fucking matches that they have. You ready for this? A rematch from WrestleMania, Ronda and Survivor Series a few years ago. Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. That's another rematch. Pay your money. You're going to see another rematch. Give me some more, guys. AJ Styles versus Edge, I believe, is booked for Backlash. Rematch from WrestleMania. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. A rematch from just WrestleMania. What else you guys got? Give me some more, please. It probably will be Bianca and Sonya Deville again. But I thought there was another one, too. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte is a rematch from Mania. AJ Styles and Edge from WrestleMania rematch. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes from WrestleMania. Oh, yeah, thank you. Bobby Lashley Omos is official for Backlash. Rematch from WrestleMania. That's 4. And, of course, we've already seen Usos and RK-Bro, whether it's dark matches or whatnot, in 6-man tags. One-on-ones, you name it. The whole card for Backlash is rematches. So the only thing we were semi-looking forward to was those title versus title, that match. The aftermath, what it's gonna mean. Do you know what they fucking did last night? They realized, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't do this at Backlash. So with how many days left? What's today, the 30th? With 8 days before Backlash, I believe it's May 8th. With 8 days left, they said, let's cancel the match. So they canceled the fucking match. They added Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. And they made it a 6-man schmoz, no titles on the line. They made it a dark match at a live event. I would not even want to watch that match at a live event. I wouldn't care if that was a dark match. Guys, I hate six-man schmozzes anyway. There's nothing on the line. There's no shits to be given. No fucks to be given. Drew McIntyre Roman's feud just heated up last night. And they're thrown into a fucking match. Paul Heyman sells Adam Pearce backstage, and Pearce is like, I like it. This is good business. Motherfucker, you just took off titles versus titles for an insignificant, irrelevant six-man. You canceled the title versus title match to make a six-man schmoz. And people are going to try to say, well, this one prolong it over to maybe SummerSlam. You give WWE enough credit to book 4 months from now? What is this? April 30th, May, June, July. I think it's end of July or early August is SummerSlam. So 3 to 4 months? We're going to watch Drew and Roman try to tell a story? Good luck. You're going to prolong Usos and RKbro title versus title for another 3.5 months? I'm already done with it now. Backlash had to be the payoff. I got to go through another 3 months of Usos RKbro to get us to SummerSlam so it's a bigger stage to have title unification? You're giving WWE too much credit. I wouldn't doubt it if in fucking 2 weeks in the middle of a Monday Night Raw, you're seeing the title unification. Try to pop a rating. There is no way to justify. Thank you, guys. Just saw we went to 200 on the ups, by the way. On your way in, smash that for the algorithm. I appreciate it. Give that like button an amplified elbow or a fruit roll-up. Thank you, guys. There's no way that you can justify this, guys. They canceled the one match that they have been promoting more than any other match, aside from even more than the I Quit match. This is the match they were promoting. This was the big unification match. This is the match that needed to happen because we were all done with the Usos constantly showing up to Raw and vice versa. It's muddying the waters. Is there a brand split? Is there not? It's confusion. It needed to end. It needed to end weeks ago. But okay, Backlash sounds like a good time. Nope, canceled. So are they just not going to do the match? Are they going to stick it on a Monday Night Raw in 2 weeks, the title unification? Or title versus title? Are they going to wait 3 months plus for SummerSlam like that's going to be fun for any of us? Or does Monday night all of a sudden a decision is made where the titles are all going to be up for grabs? So if one team wins, they all get the titles. Well, then that should have been said when the match was made, because now they look like idiots. They make this match with nothing on the line. It's a downgrade to the pay-per-view. They know it. We know it. Any fucking sheep that just shows up to the arenas just to clap and chant stupid shit like, this is awesome. Anybody knows that's a downgrade from the title unification match or title versus title. That's a downgrade, right? So you should have mentioned that last night. You don't wait 3 days to go, by the way, all the titles will be up for grabs. That's like buying a house, but not buying house insurance. Or fire insurance, and then one day coming home and your whole fucking building is just burnt down. And then after you watch your whole fucking building burn down, you go, I think I'll buy fire and house insurance now. Well, motherfucker, it's too late now. Why would you get it now? There's such things in pro wrestling that it's just too late, bro. Something has to happen. Put them up for grabs. Hopefully you can gain some interest back into this match. It's still going to be a six-man schmoz for all the fucking titles. As of right now, though, guys, as of right now, early Saturday morning, bro, no titles are up for grabs anymore for the men. Not just in the tag team. Guys, I don't know. Is there anybody that could tell me, is there any men's titles at Backlash up for grabs? Any men's titles up for grabs? No, you guys are telling me no. That's what I thought. None. with 8 days left before the pay-per-view. You know what this means? This week, it's going to be the go-home show of Raw and SmackDown. The go-home show. We're going to be days away from the pay-per-view, and they're going to thrust maybe a Ricochet match. Ricochet will be taking on Big Stanky in a rematch from this past Friday night. Theory will defend his title against Ali. Ali will do the job, and then a few days later, he'll be fucking out of a job. This is fucking despicable what they did with this tag team title versus title fucking match at Backlash. Despicable. They have downgraded it. And now one of our fucking main events at this useless pay-per-view is a 6-man schmoz that I don't even want to see on Raw, SmackDown, or even a live event or a dark match. I wouldn't want to see this ever. There's no fucks to be giving about a 6-man tag. That's a pay-per-view on a card that every other match is a rematch from WrestleMania. Every other match. Wow, man. And on top of that, there was 3, not 1, not 2, 3 Fruit Rollups last night. 3 in one show. You're telling me this company gives a fuck? Remember when finishers used to end matches? Finishers used to feel special? Used to know every wrestler's finisher moves? Nowadays, just roll-ups. Roll-ups. Hey, we need an easy way out. Roll-up. Hey, I have to create a finish for this match, but I don't have a lot of time. Can you guys help me? What about the roll-up? Good call. The roll-up will do. Every match, roll-up. We're going to go over all of it, and we're going to do it right now. We'll probably touch up on the releases a little bit more. So let me start from the fucking jump. Supers, I'll get to in a little bit, guys. I know some of you have already sent in some supers. Much love. I want to get to some of this now while I'm fucking rolling. I had 3 coffees out in the world already today. I just made my 4th. It's only 11 something in the morning, East Coast. So I'm fucking rocking, bro. We started SmackDown with April 29, 2022. Drew McIntyre defeats Sami Zayn in a steel cage match via the Claymore. It's a Claymore party. You're all invited to my party. It's the Claymore party. Match time clocked in at 13 minutes in length. 13-minute cage match. I have no issue with Drew Mac winning this match with his Claymore. At least it's a finisher like we just talked about. My 2 issues are this. Number 1, I can't stand pinfalls inside of a cage. That may just be BC. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I miss the old days when you had to climb over the top rope, both feet had to touch the fucking floor, and that's how you won a cage match. Because that was most of the fun in a fucking cage match. That's what made a... What the fuck? What the fuck? That's what made cage matches fun back in the day. It was different. You had to climb over the son of a bitch, and both feet had to touch the floor. Even when they, back in the day, instituted that you could do pinfalls, you rarely saw it, because that's not fun. Otherwise, we're left with what? Repeated catapults into the cage? I'm gonna throw you into the cage for the 66th time, Henry. Okay, Doug, ready, go. And fucking half the matches, I'm gonna throw you into this cage. I am throwing you into the other side. Okay, but I'm gonna throw you into the west side in a second and then throw you into the north side. Yeah, well, I'm gonna put your head into it. Well, I'm gonna put your right fucking foot into it. Dare I say, you ready for this? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. And I back up my own fucking words. Sadly, cage matches have become, that's right, I'm gonna say it. Cage matches have become boring. It's the truth. BC doesn't see a cage anymore. and think this is going to be so awesome. They have devalued cage match. They have devalued Hell in a Cell, guys. You want the honest truth from BC? Hell in a Cell does nothing for me anymore. Hell in a Cell. They've devalued ladder matches, tables matches. You name it, they've devalued it. That's the truth. I started that with sadly cage matches are boring because that's what it is. I used to love them back in the day. I'm talking way back too. I'm talking about when they had the blue cage. You guys remember the blue cage? It was like these big squares and you could step on them to go over the top. I remember classic Hulk Hogan, King Kong Bundy type shit. I'm talking way back then, man. Cage matches used to be fun. Then they made it into a fucking a cage you would see in your yard, like a fence. It became a fucking fence. Anyway, that's my one big... I have two issues. One is the cage itself and not going over the top anymore to win the match. And my second big gripe in this match is my issue... Why the fuck did it take a month for literally nothing? All of this was for nothing and did absolutely nothing for anyone. Sami Zayn, weeks ago, told Adam Pearce, the next person to walk out that door, I want a match. It was Drew McIntyre. We had a match. Zayn runs away. The next week, he runs away. The last week, he fucking runs away from a lumberjack match somehow, when the one rule in the lumberjack match is don't let the guys get away. A month we've been playing around with a story that's not even a storyline A. B does not culminate at a pay-per-view. And this is one of the biggest stories on SmackDown? Drew trying to get his hands on Sami for no reason. You guys know I'm right, bro. You guys know I am right. There is no feud here. There's no reason for Drew to want Sami Zayn that badly. That it constitutes lumberjack matches being wasted. Steel cage matches being wasted. Main events. When this all started because Sami said, I'm going to take on the next person. And we at home are supposed to be on the edge of our seats? When the red light goes on and BC does these streams and videos, I'm supposed to go, did you guys see the awesomeness last night? And I'm supposed to be positive so I can get more subscribers and more likes. So I'm going to pimp myself out. Fuck that. And fuck anybody that thinks I'd ever do such. I'd rather the best, smartest, most badass amplified subscribers than just a lot of them. Quality, not quantity. People need to know truth. People need to be honest. That's the only way pro wrestling gets better. I'm hoping that this is done now. It looks like Drew is going on to Roman, and they're starting this in a six-man schmoz at Backlash. We'll go over more of that in just a little bit. Trust me, there was a contract signing, and a lot was developed or undeveloped, tarnished, destroyed, tainted, canceled later in the night. We're going to get to that, guys. Next was an awkward segment with a happy talk. It's the best word I can use. Awkward. Baron Corbin has a couple of ring crew guys bring the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy to the ring that he had stolen from Madcap a week previous. He then has another ring crew guy bring him a sledgehammer so that in Corbin's words, he can smash the trophy into pieces. The crew member with the sledgehammer turns out to be Madcap Moss. Moss takes out Corbin, and Corbin ends up escaping and running away. Madcap is left in the ring with the Andre trophy, so he's got it back after just a week of it being stolen. Wow, what a creative storyline. We saw the same thing twice with Angela, the fucking sword of Drew McIntyre. And you see that, before I go back to this weird madcap thing, because this got really awkward, I hate those little bios on the side on Smack. You ever see on their entrance, they have these bios? They have one for Matt Riddle, and it goes, Matt Riddle, he's known for riding his scooter around the arena. Yeah, that's going to be really cool for somebody that doesn't watch wrestling. If they're trying to get to know somebody, he rides the scooter around the arena. Well, we fucking see that, Sherlock Holmes. He's driving his little scooter to the ring. That's evident. Drew McIntyre has one of the corniest ones. Carries around a sword he names Angela after his mother. Carries a sword named Angela around the arena after his mother. Wow, what a bio. Gotta love this guy. And I love Drew McIntyre, but damn, if I'm Drew, I'm going to Vince, I'm going to Kevin Dunn, and I'm having that fucking bio replaced with badass motherfucker, known for being a badass motherfucker. Known for throwing a badass Claymore party. Known for carrying around a sword named Angela. Known for riding a scooter around the arena. Guys, this will fucking tarnish people. It's these little details that are not so little. Anyway, let's go back to Madcap Moss, all right? Because now he's got his fucking little trophy back. And again, it's only been gone for a fucking week. Great storytelling by Vince McMahon's World Wrestling Entertainment. Top notch. So he has his trophy back. And this is where it really gets cringeworthy for BC. He's left in the ring with the trophy, and Moss starts hugging it, like throttling it, like really closely, like awkwardly close. And then Moss starts making out with Andre. I'm not even joking. Go back and watch the segment. He starts making out with Andre the Giant, or the trophy, not Andre himself. That would be creepy as fuck. If Andre came back to the good graces to make out with Moss. It is 2022. I wouldn't doubt anything anymore, but still be weird. But he's making out with Andre's trophy. And I'm like, wow, I know Vince McMahon is trying to do a lot more makeout sessions in WWE lately. Reggie and Dana Brooke, Tozawa, Tamina, NXT with Lumis and Hartwell and so many others. A lot more making out, I've noticed. At some point, Vince and his cronies were all around the boardroom meeting and they were thinking, how can we get more edgy is the word the kids use. Everyone's trying to be edgy these days. Yeah, I hate that word. You're trying to be edgy, but I guess to be edgy, makeout sessions are in, you know? So I guess they had nothing for last night, nobody to make out, so they took Madcap Moss and they go, make out with Andre. Make out with Andre the Giant's trophy. How is that not weird and awkward for everybody? So he makes out with Andre, and then he falls on his ass, and he starts cracking up and laughing. And I'm like, where are they going with Madcap? Because he's a face now. You maybe get away with this when you're a heel. When you're a face, and people don't know how to take you, good luck getting over, bro. That's all I'm saying. So that was fucking weird. I'm not even done with hour number one yet. Rico shit then comes down to the ring. Rico shit in his fucking title. The title is fucking meaningless and useless, just like fucking Ricochet. You put this guy in obscurity for 2 fucking years. Then out of nowhere, Vince snaps his finger and says, now we decide to push you. And everyone's gonna rejoice and love you because they've said they wanted you to be pushed for 2 years. Well, you can't just turn on a fucking oven and expect that shit to go from 0 to 400 in 4 seconds. No, you have to preheat the oven, correct? You can't put your chicken nuggets onto a fucking pan and hope that you just click 400 and it bakes in 5 minutes. You have to preheat the son of a bitch to 400 degrees. You did not preheat Rico shit. You just threw a fucking title on him because you snapped your finger. And now we're supposed to feel a connection? Doesn't work that way, brah. Titles don't make the dudes and the gals. The dudes and the gals gotta help make the titles prestigious. But here's Rico shit out there. Now get this. Rico shit defeats Stanky, the right-hand man of Jinder Mahal, Stanky, in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Via the awe-inspiring, ultra devastating Fruit Rollup, the fruitiest of roll-ups you're gonna find. If you went to the local grocery store and you bought all the fruit in the grocery store, all of it, I would hope you would show up to the arena with it and throw it all in the ring. And I'm against throwing anything in the ring. But if you got your oranges and your blueberries and your strawberries, your bananas, get it out and throw it right in the ring and send Vince McMahon a fucking message. Dude, enough with the fruitiest of all the fucking roll-ups. Because last night was Roll-Up City. This was just one of 3, actually. How fucking tragic is that? But I would go to the local fucking market, buy up all the fruit, and chuck that right into Vince McMahon's ring. We don't want your fruit. Take it back. Get this. For anybody that thinks I'm being too harsh, I want you to enter the realm of pro wrestling, right? When we all watch pro wrestling, what we're doing is we're suspending disbelief, right? I like to think of it as suspending belief. The real world, hold on, pause for a second. I'm entering the wacky world of pro wrestling, a world that I love. I want to believe the wackiness, right? I want to believe the zaniness, the craziness. Do you guys realize, if you think about how ridiculous this was, I want you guys to really think about this. Ricochet defeated Stanky in 4 minutes via the roll-up when Ricochet is barely 5'9" and hardly 185 pounds. $5'9" barely and hardly 185 pounds. Ricochet is 5'9" barely and hardly 185 pounds. Stanky is over 7'1" and 312 pounds. This dude doesn't even hit 5'9". This guy's just over 7'1". He skipped the 6s. He skipped the 6s. This guy barely hits 185 pounds soaking wet. This guy is 312 pounds. He skipped the 200s. And this dude, Ricochet, rolled him up like he's putting him in a suitcase. And he's like, stay down, bitch. 1, stay down, bitch. 2, stay down, bitch. 3, yeah, bitch. How the fuck does that make the stankiest of them all look? Does anybody understand that a fan like BC can't watch this and think, yeah, that would happen in real life? What do you mean Stanky wouldn't just keep his shoulders down for 3 seconds? Guys, I'm not the tallest guy. I got big muscles, you know that. I ain't the biggest fucking dude. So I know size isn't the only thing. I get it. Most of the people I fucking throttled in my lifetime were actually bigger than me. I get it. That? You're not gonna roll, even BC's not gonna roll up a 7'1" dude and expect them to stay down. Not even your boy. Maybe if you hit him in the head with a sledgehammer 66 times. Maybe. Do you know what Ricochet did to get him in a roll-up? That's it. He rolled him up. I mean, it wasn't as bad booking-wise, but it did remind me of like Wardlow's CM Punk when Wardlow sent 8, 9, 10, whatever it was. Wardlow bombs to CM Punk. And Punk didn't just stay down and barely get a roll-up. Punk jumped to his feet after delivering no offense to Wardlow, and he just rolled Wardlow up. And I'm like, wait, you just got almost 10 of his finishers and jumped up. Wardlow took none of your offense. And he just, like, stayed rolled up for 3 seconds? Like, this type of booking is astronomically bad. There's only 3 words I can say about this 7'1+ dude getting rolled up, 312 pounds, getting rolled up by barely 5'9", hardly 185-pound Ricochet. The 3 words that I can tell you guys, come on, man! Meet me halfway, dude! Meet me halfway! Stanky could be the worst wrestler in the world. He is still 7'1", 312. And the best you had for him was a roll-up by one of the smallest dudes in your company? Come on, dude. Come on, stop it. You gotta stop it. You wonder why ratings where they are. You wonder why they had to stop doing live events because they couldn't even fill half of the arena. If you guys are wondering why the merchandise sales, everything's down. If you wonder why, I'm giving you all of the evidence. You can argue, you can disagree all you want. The facts are in my fucking court. The facts speak for themselves with the numbers. Hour 1 ends with Raquel Gonzalez smiling more than fucking whitey-tighty pop-top collar Finn Balor. Raquel Gonzalez flexing and smiling like she's in competition for fucking, she tried to get her pro card in fitness. Raquel Gonzalez is out there. She squashes Kat Cartoza. Kat Cartoza gets squashed. This is a successful in-ring debut for Raquel Gonzalez, and I thought it was done correctly. It's a jobber match, so nobody is ruined or buried in the process. This was only a couple minutes long. It was only to make Raquel look strong, so there's no reason that you need to feed her. Any woman on that roster, I don't even care what roster they're on. I don't care if it's Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Carmella, Zelina Vega, Sasha Banks, Naomi, or if it's a fucking Aaliyah. I don't care who it is. Nobody should be ruined in a 2-minute squash match that's only purpose is to make somebody look strong. Use a jobber in there. Kat Cartoza was perfect for this. She got the shit kicked out of her. Raquel Gonzalez looks dominant. That's it. That's all we need to know. End of hour number 1. Oh fuck, man. And then we go to hour number 2. I need a sip of coffee. I'm gonna take a break here and I'm gonna go to some of my supers right now because we're going to the contract signing, which started hour number 2, and this is about to piss me off. So I'm gonna go over, shoot the shit with my amp unit for a second here. Let me go over to the supers. There were some before we even went live. So let me get you guys first. Hold on. Before we even went live, Dave Mealy, I should have fucking known. Dave with that $9.99. What up, dude? Much love and respect over to Dave on this early Saturday morning. Or at least when we started this stream anyway. Dave says, I've got a strange feeling that they are moving the tag team unification match. And Drew, well, they already moved that, trust me, or canceled it in full. Drew versus Roman to SummerSlam, Dave thinks. Which I can't believe that I'm about to say makes sense. Dave, Drew versus Roman, then why start it the way you did end of April? WWE can't book Drew versus Roman correctly for over 3 months. So, Dave, the only issue with that is we have to give a fuck in over 3 months to SummerSlam. We have to all give a fuck. I mean, Dave, do you trust this company? I love long-term storytelling, but the way they've booked Drew McIntyre? You're starting this with a nonsensical 6-man schmoz. That's how it's starting, so stupidly. I hope it ends correctly if we're waiting to SummerSlam for this, dude. You could be right, Dave, but at the same point, then what? RKbro versus Usos, title versus title, is now waiting on SummerSlam? Another 3 months of Usos and RKbro? I'm done with that shit. And I love long-term storytelling, but if you ain't gonna do it right, if you already rendered it useless, the sooner the better, Dave. So, I understand Roman and Drew could be and probably should be a SummerSlam match, but they've already botched it, I believe. Dave, much love and appreciation, man. We'll see together how it all unravels, because that's what it's doing. It's unraveling. Trev Reigns, the tribal god, 10 spots, says, are you kidding me? Vince McMahon scammed me for a tag team unification just for a 6-man spot fest. Shake my head, and I'm going there live. Like I said multiple times, I'm thinking about getting a refund. So Trev Reigns, the tribal god, is actually going to Backlash live, or at least was going to. He might get a refund, and I wouldn't blame him. But this is someone like Trev Reigns, who's tried and true on this channel. Been with BC from, if not the beginning, near the beginning. And this dude is telling you he's going there live. And even Trev Reigns, the tribal god, knows that this is a downgrade. Titles versus titles into a 6-man schmoz with no meaning, no purpose, nothing on the line, and nothing that we can give a fuck about. It is a downgrade. And I forgot to even mention that, Trev. Thank you for bringing that up. What about everybody like Trev that already purchased a ticket? And the only match that looks semi-okay because of what it means afterwards is the Usos RKbro, the aftermath. What if you bought your ticket? That's the only match that they were fucking promoting as anything big. And then 8 days before, they cancel it. They completely change it into a match that nobody would pay a fucking dime for. People like Trev Reigns are now talking about refunds. I don't fucking blame them. Trev Reigns, the tribal god, had another 10 spot too, says, and also, can you imagine releasing someone so freaking talented as Dakota Kai? I can't fathom that they released my gal. She could have been Sasha Banks' status in my book, but no, let's fire her instead. She was a bright spot in all of women's wrestling, not just in a brand like NXT. I could not wait for her to really start rocking on the main roster. I just wanted some good booking, give her time. And everybody was gonna see just how good Dakota Kai was. But just like Ember Moon and Mickie James and so many others, Mia Yim got called up to the fucking roster and was never given a real chance. Put her in a shitty fucking gimmick like Retribution, and then they fucking canned her. Scarlett Bordeaux never got a fucking chance. Chelsea Green never got a fucking chance. And you can add Dakota Kai. She never got a chance on the main roster. They fucked with her, and then they sent her packing. Dexter Lumis, same thing. Dexter Lumis never even got a semi-call up to the main roster. Dexter Lumis was doing great work in NXT for over a fucking year through the pandemic, and then they just said, hey, for your efforts, we're releasing you. I can't fathom it, Trev Reigns. I'm still trying to fathom the first releases years ago. Strict Tango, 5 spot. What up, Strict Tango? TK has nobody but himself to blame for low viewership. Not that it should that's how it should usually be. Also, veterans should help young talent with ring psychology. So Strict Tango was talking about AEW. Are you talking about the rating this week? Well, people are going to blame NBA playoffs, but the last 8 weeks, their norm would be around 950 anyway, 950 to 975. So they pulled a 920,000, I believe, in viewership. Even if you want to throw 50 G's more because of playoffs, that's being extremely generous. They would still be around that 975 mark. So they'd still be thousands and thousands below that million. Tony Khan just isn't placing some of the divisions correctly. The tag team division still needs a lot of love. They have great tag teams in AEW. Tony just doesn't know how to properly use them. Santana and Ortiz are just known as 6-man tag guys. Cronies in a faction, usually. Henchmen now for Eddie Kingston. FTR's too busy wrestling each other. Unfortunately, Phoenix got taken out, so Penta was, left without somebody. But they were kind of in a trio too, Death Triangle. So people looked at more of them outside the tag team realm. Young Bucks are barely wrestling. It's weird, they have all this talent, but it's almost like they have more fucking 6-man tags in AEW than tag team bouts. Trios championships. I can't stand schmoz matches. I'm going to hate when trios comes in. If that ever happens, I can't stand that. Could you imagine multiple 6-man tags every fucking show? And then the women division, obviously, just like Vince McMahon, Tony Khan just does not do it properly. And you see that reflected in the ratings. And then he has all these big stars, and they don't feel like it in AEW. Keith Lee can barely get Dynamite time. Malachi Black can never get Dynamite time. He just got some this past Wednesday. 3 minutes, got his ass whooped. and so many others. So there's a lot of problems. You know, if you fly the flag of your company, if you love AEW and trash WWE or vice versa, you're going to think that your company does no wrong and the other company is complete shit. BC sees a lot of holes in both company. Both companies have a lot of fucking issues. It doesn't matter who's better than the other one. They both have a lot of issues, strict tango. And as far as veterans helping younger talent, Dustin Rhodes in AEW is trying to do that. Dustin is telling the roster a little less concentration on all your moves and sequences. Think about your character. Think about ring psychology. So Dustin is trying to do that in AEW. I love that. We got to be careful with cosplay in AEW. There's this weird thing going on, a trend. I saw it with, I said this in the review this past week. CM Punk and Dustin Rhodes, I believe, actually cosplayed, speaking of Dustin, they cosplayed Bret Hart and Goldust from WWF. And they did the exact same fucking match, basically. This past week, FTR, Dax and Cash did a lot of the Owen Hart, Bret Hart match. Now, it's one thing to pay homage. I love that, right? Nostalgia, paying homage, showing respect, doing some of their moves. But to do the exact sequences, a lot of it, like half the match at least, was a cosplay. You got to be careful. Once, okay. I just saw it twice in 1 week. We can't keep doing this, guys. I don't want to just watch the same match, but with different people. Again, you're taking the realism out of pro wrestling. I said this in the review. Tell me pro wrestling isn't real without telling me pro wrestling isn't real. Stop the cosplay shit. I understand that they're big marks for people back in the day that were their inspiration. I am too. I love the nostalgia. I love all the dudes from the 80s and 90s. But this is your time to shine. Don't have the whole match be a cosplay match. That's got to stop, man. So Strict Tango, you kind of sent the focus over to AEW. That's my thoughts on that. I think they'll rectify their situations. As long as they listen to BC, Tony will be good, man. Jer9 Gaming, Jer9. What up, BC? Hey, Jer9, before I go to your Superman, your pay-per-view got a name, didn't it? Clash at the Castle or some shit? I think that was the pay-per-view that you're headed to later in the year. Clash at the Castle, I think it's called. So congratulations to that. Sounds interesting. It's going to be better than Backlash on paper, at least. Jer9 says, what up, BC? Can you give a shout out with thoughts sent over to Chillin' with Charlie Grin? He was diagnosed with an incurable disease this past week. Much love over to Chillin' with Charlie Grin, man. I hate to hear that. I'm a firm believer that people are going to pull through with faith and confidence and an ass-kicking mindset. So no matter how tragic the news is, I don't want to wall up in the misery. I want to look at the hope. I want to look at the ass-kickery. And that's what I'm going to say for Chillin' with Charlie Grin. Don't lose the hope. Keep kicking ass, dude. And we hope nothing but the best. Chat, if you want to send some prayers and love over. That super, I think, was sent out a while ago, so you guys may have already sent the love over to Chillin' with Charlie Grin. But much thoughts, prayers, love, respect over the Chillin' with Charlie Grin, man. Sorry to hear that. That always fucking sucks, whether it's a family member, friend. But I am a firm believer that we can beat the fuck out of shit like this. Thank you guys for sending the love over. Hopefully you're seeing that. I don't know if you're still up in here chilling with Charlie Grin, but that's over for you, dude. Keep us updated. I hate to hear that, but I refuse to just wall up in the bad news. Stay fucking amplified. It ain't over till it's fucking over. Always stay badass, man. Thank you for informing me of that, JR9 Gaming. Hopefully you're seeing that love, dude. Keep us updated. Salute. Carlos Ray. Back to back, man. A couple of my tried and trues, JR9, right back to back with Carlos. BC, can you speak on what's going on with AEW potentially losing TBS and TNT TV networks. What's up with that? Is that the rumor, Carlos, from was it Discovery that bought out Time Warner or Warner Media? Because there was a rumor that they could lose the deal. Is that what you're talking about, Carlos? Because I'm not hearing of any actual talk that they're losing their TV deal. Yeah, yeah, I saw rumors on that, Carlos. That's all I can speak on. AEW is nowhere near losing their TV deal. In fact, right now, TBS and TNT is probably happy with over 900,000 viewers every week. Sure, they wish it would be more, but I'm guessing they're pretty happy with that. This is a company 3 years old. As long as they don't see a downward trajectory, AEW is not there. They're consistently pulling in 900,000s. It's just, how can we get over the hump? With the talent that they have, it is almost a crime that they're not over a million, that they're not pulling in 1, 2, 1, 3. I've said this for years now. And they just keep adding more and more talent. Just Tony doesn't know how to use most of it properly. But yeah, they want more sports oriented, supposedly, Carlos says. Yeah, but they're loving what AEW is giving them. That's the word that I'm getting. Carlos, if you see or hear something that's reputable that I didn't see, then I'll take a look. But every reputable source that I go through, AEW they're good. Even with this new Discovery merger. Yeah, AEW is fine, guys. When we talk them, like, ratings-wise, it's just what the company should be pulling in, what Tony Khan would like to be pulling in, not the network. The network is pretty happy with a 900,000 plus. If they dip under 9, then you're starting to see it's an opposite side trajectory, and now the network will say, well, hold on, this isn't working for us anymore. But 9, you're talking about 1 million. Same reason the MTV Challenge, which always brings in roughly 900, it's the same reason that gets picked up every single year, because MTV knows you're going to be hard pressed to find something that's going to beat 900,000. That's not a sporting event. Impact, I don't even know how Impact is still around. That's not even shade, by the way. Not shade. I'm glad there's a place for more opportunity, more work. But I don't know how, I mean, that rating is non-existent. So more power to Impact Wrestling. I don't know how they're still kicking, bro. In an industry that's on life support, has been for 10 plus years. Carlos, thank you, dude. Dave Mealy, another $4.99. Dave says Hogan versus Mr. Wonderful was a classic Saturday night's main event steel cage match. Blue cage, Dave Mealy, blue cage. Absolutely. Paul Orndorff, Hulk Hogan, Saturday night's main event. Fuck yeah, dude. Damn, man. You're bringing it way back, man. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Well, I lost you guys on the big screen for a second. Hold on. I got to get you guys back. Oh, I got you. All right. Back. I'm pressing buttons and ruining shit. Dave, absolutely, man. I remember all of those cage matches. That's when cage matches were fun, dude. Ashley Steggles, 179. Was Oprah booking last night with all of the roll-ups? Bro, there was 3 in one show, Ashley. 3. I don't get the Oprah reference. Does she love Fruit Rollups? Does she endorse Fruit Rollups? Is she on Fruit Rollup commercials? Or does she have a lot of roll-ups? What are you saying, Ashley? There was 3 in one show, Ashley Steggles. No shit, man. We already went over one of them. 7'1+, Stanky got rolled up by 5'8+, Ricochet. One of them's barely 185. The other one is 312 pounds. But I'm just going to hold you down for 3 seconds. You stay down, okay? It was the most unrealistic thing I've seen since CM Punk Wardlow. Pile driver finisher, 5 spot. Pile driver. Thanks for the reviews, BC. You're making a lot more sense than WWE and AEW. The women's deserve better on both ends. Salute. Pile Driver Finisher, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for making BC your main reviewer, dude. And thank you for understanding my words. I'll only deliver truth, bro. Whether people want to agree with it or not, that's their prerogative. But you'll always get honest, blunt truth, amplified status on this channel. I promise you. Pile Driver Finisher. Thank you for the words, dude. The fourth one, 3 spot. Now, didn't WWE just release a 6'2" female monster? Which one are you talking about? There was a couple, right? Which one are you talking about? Because I don't think Mercedes Martinez was that height, right? But I don't know how the fuck she just got fucking canned out. Who are we talking about there? Harland was in, obviously. Nia Jax? Are you talking about last night's releases? Oh, Persia Perota. Oh, Persia. Yeah. Persia was in part of that 10 spot. Yeah. So you are correct. What was the super? Fourth one. Now, didn't WWE just release a 6'2" female monster? Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that pales in comparison for me than Dakota Kai. So that's why that takes a backseat to BC. I mean, before I can even think about fucking Persia, I got to think about fucking Dakota Kai. Because Dakota Kai is somebody that could be a multi-time champion in fucking main events for women in the future. But yes, you are absolutely correct. A lot of people are fucking in awe of Harland as well, which I didn't even talk about Harland. So there were several names. I stuck it to the main guys. Because Bivens wanted out anyway. I'm not even discussing Bivens. He was released as well. He's probably having a fucking field day. He wanted out of that company. But yeah, fourth one. No question. Devil Watts 69, 5 spot. Devil Watts 69, 5 spot says, your rants and criticisms of WWE are more entertaining than the actual product. Been ghosting, but want to say hi and donate a little as a token. Cheers. Devil Watts 69. Appreciate the words, man. I'm glad that I can entertain you and you guys. But just know that it's not a shtick. I mean, this is like, this is the truth when I talk about this company. And I think you guys know that, like Devil Watts 69. Like, you guys know that it's not just entertaining, but I'm speaking facts. Like, this is real talk. It's not like I have a shtick, right? And I fly the flag for a company. Like, I love AEW so much that on Wednesday nights, I'm going to say nothing but good things about them, trash WWE, or vice versa. There's enough people in this community that do that on their platforms. No, thank you. BC's going to fucking trash everybody equally. I'm an equal rights trashist. I will trash every company if I so see fit. If I could be entertaining in the process, great. But this is just going to be real talk. So Devil Watts 69, I always appreciate hearing those words, man. And I appreciate the coffee. Never needed, always appreciated. But more than anything, Devil Watts 69, you alluded that you've been ghosting, which is just kind of watching but not commenting or anything like that. That's cool, bro. As long, all I need you guys to do is smash the up when you come in. And you can ghost the channel. You don't have to comment. You certainly don't have to throw BC a coffee. That's never needed. BC's going to drink a lot of coffee with or without a coffee being thrown at BC. I appreciate it, but it's never needed. All I need you guys to do when you come in, smash that up for the algorithm. Because the tube doesn't push these live. I've noticed that it only pushes the streams once they're on the channel after we're live. That's when the algorithm kicks in. Thousands of people can then catch the stream. I hope you're understanding. So that can only kick in or helps out better when you smash that up. That's why it means a lot, guys. So I appreciate that, dude. Big time. And guys, I know there was more supers. I'm going to get to them. But let me go over the second hour first. And then I'll spend a few more minutes afterwards and we'll shoot the shit some more. I assure you. So let me go to, oh man, I have to talk about this. Contract signing between the Usos and RK-Bro. It's bad enough I have to put up with these two on Raw, Matt Riddle connected with Randy Orton, who I actually respect. I have to put up with them on Raw. Now I gotta hear, hey, Randy, on Friday nights too. This was actually a really well done segment, though, I will say. After Riddle says some stupid shit like I can't tell the Usos apart, maybe put down the fucking gibber and understand, because I don't know, man. I cannot believe on live TV he looked at them and says, I can't tell the Usos apart. That is so fucked up, bro. So he says this, and Randy says, how do you not... What? So Randy's like, well, let me help you. This one, pointing to Jay, is the right-hand man. This one, pointing to Jimmy, well, he's the little bitch. I thought that was pretty good. Now, simultaneously, Jimmy don't fuck around. He leaps over the contract table while simultaneously throwing a punch into Orton's dome piece, bro. I thought that was really good. The second he said this one, well, he's just the little bitch, Jimmy dives over the table like, no, you didn't, bro. And he throws a bow in the fucking Orton's dome piece. I loved it. Right to his face, bro. Right in the schnoz. Bro, I thought that was so damn good. While all four dudes fuck each other up, Roman Reigns' music hits. And bro, it was a night of piped-in crowd noise. Because it was taped last night. They taped this last week. It was not live. Now, they throw in crowd noise piped in live. Imagine what it's like taped. But you saw visually the entire arena stand up when Roman's music hit. The first time I saw a reaction like that the whole night. So this goes, I mean, whether I know a lot of you guys don't care for Roman Reigns. I get it. I know a lot of you guys are like BC and you know he's putting in the best work of his career. No matter how you feel about Roman Reigns, this dude's a fucking draw, dude. The entire arena, which was sitting on their thumbs at that point, 5 hours into wrestling, because they already did the live show the week previous. 5 hours later, Roman's music hits, the whole arena stands up. Photographs, their cameras are out. And sure enough, here comes Roman Reigns. The dude is a draw, man. I was like, whoa! These people got a fire under their ass when that music hit. Now, they take care of business until Drew McIntyre hits the ring. After clearing the Usos, Drew and Roman are the only ones left in the ring, standing toe-to-toe, and they start throwing blows at one another, dude, and I loved it. I thought it was actually pretty good. If you only got 8 days and they're going to be in the six-man, I mean, okay, you better go hot and heavy, because you have no reason to have this feud taking place for us to give a fuck. So the second Drew gets in there, they stare at each other and nobody backed down. Roman didn't even run away like a dastardly heel would do. Like he did in the Brock Lesnar feud, where Roman would start fucking running away. No, instead, man. Instead, they just started going to blows. Nobody backed down. It was fucking fiery, dude. And then Roman Reigns, I believe, fucking hightailed it eventually after going, okay, that's enough. That's enough for now. And him and the Usos kind of backtrack. Now, this is rushed for BC. I've said this a million times. With or without the physicality last night, which I thought had to happen if you're going to rush a six-man, this is rushed in general for Drew and Roman. Save it for something bigger when you have an actual storyline that you can spend and give time and energy to. This seems rushed. Drew all of a sudden wants to come for Roman Reigns. It's weird as fuck. I mean, it just seems rushed. Does this not seem a little rushed to you guys? Or am I the only one? Are you okay with this Drew and Roman already? Doesn't it feel like something else should have kickstarted it? I mean, they rushed this just to put them on the Backlash card. Why? Here's a crazy thought, guys. Why not just keep them off of Backlash? Find something different for Drew 2 weeks ago. You could have even paid off Sami Zayn at fucking the pay-per-view then. And then Roman Reigns could have done a million other things. I don't understand why they had to be in a six-man tag. Because where is the out? The pay-per-view following Backlash is when you're going to get the one-on-one? Because I don't see WWE prolonging this 4 months to SummerSlam. I don't see how WWE is even capable of doing that. They can't even do a proper 3-week Drew McIntyre storyline. You want them going over 3 months? I think they realize this. Backstage, Paul Heyman tries to sell Pierce that it shouldn't be title versus titles in the tag team. It should instead be a 6-man tag. Let Drew and let Roman go into the match. And Pierce is like, yeah, that's an upgrade. Let's do it. That is a downgrade of epic proportions, bruh. I cannot believe we went off the air last night with 8 days remaining before, right? It's in 8 days is Backlash. In the one match that was given any ounce of publicity that we gave a fuck about because we had to see who's going to get all the titles, if Randy is going to start the turn on Riddle. And instead, they canceled it. They canceled it, and they made it a 6-man schmoz. No titles on the line. No care, no thought put into it. Rushing Drew and Roman for some reason. I couldn't, even I, who's jaded to the fact of how WWE could ruin shit so quickly and so often, even they seem to surprise me and ruin shit even quicker and even larger, on a larger scale they ruin shit than BC could have ever imagined. I will say this again before I move on. If you think I'm just spitting out a bunch of fucking I'm just not happy with anything. I want you guys to look at the Backlash card. It is all rematches from WrestleMania that you already saw. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte. The match was atrocious at WrestleMania, by the way. That match was horrible because Charlie made Ronda look like an idiot. She didn't want to sell for Ronda. She didn't help out Ronda. She made her look like an embarrassment. So let's do it again. You're going to see AJ Styles and Edge again. We just saw it a few weeks ago at Mania. BC, it could be a good wrestling match at least. Okay, I saw it at Mania just a few weeks ago, though. What's the care? Because Edge has Damian Priest now? Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins is a rematch from Mania. We see that again at Backlash. They say it should be a good match. Remember, it was match of the year at WrestleMania, you said. I did. Doesn't mean I need to see it just weeks later. And I'm okay with the rematch. But not if you're going to give us a card full of rematches. I'm not even done. Omos versus Bobby Lashley. Guys, that's a rematch from WrestleMania. Why the fuck do we need to see Bob Lashley versus Omos again? We didn't need to see it the first time. It's a rematch. And there'll be more rematches. That's only 4 or 5. The only other match announced for the card just got canceled. The only match that people gave a fuck about, the title unification. That's canceled. It just became a house show dark match. A 6-man schmoz. Backlash is legit looking like whack trash because it's wiggity wiggity whack, as my boys Chris Cross would say. And it is trash. It shall from here on out be known as whack trash 2022. No, I'm not happy about it. Then my girl Naomi's up next. Naomi is up next. She defeats Shayna Baszler in a 2-minute match. Now, I'm happy that Naomi's picking up W's. She's a champion. You need to book her like a fucking champion, A. B, you need to book her like one of the best wrestlers on that roster. Because Naomi has been, always has been, still will be going forward. So I love the fact that they're treating her as such, sort of. I don't know what a 2-minute victory does for anybody. Unless it is a squash match where you're literally beating the fuck out of a jobber, looking so dominant. But Naomi wins 2 minutes over Shayna Baszler. Now, you know I've said this for a couple of years now, have I not? You guys know what I'm about to say if you're a tried and true, faithful subscriber of this channel, which, by the way, we just went over 300 on the ups. 300. We're going toward 400. On your way in, smash that fucking up. Thank you guys, man. Roll it up. Right? You'll always win with a roll-up. But speaking of, wait till you hear the finish on this. You know you're going to get two things in a Shayna Baszler match. Number one, it'll always be 2 minutes. Right? A Shayna Baszler singles match or even tag, it's always going to be roughly 2 minutes. Shayna Baszler will never be in a match that's more than 2 minutes. Roughly ever. Number two, the thing you're always going to find out with a Shayna Baszler match. So first, you can always know that it's going to be 2 minutes. Number two, she will always lose by a fruit roll-up. So if you went to the grocery store and you bought up all the fruit, I hope you didn't throw it all in that first match when Ricochet defeated Stanky via fruit roll-up. I hope you saved some fruit because you got to throw more into Vince McMahon's ring because now you got to throw the fruit for Shayna Baszler getting defeated by Naomi via the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating Fruit Roll-Up. The fruitiest fucking roll-ups imaginable. Can you believe BC has been saying this for almost 2 years? It's almost become a joke, but there's truth. I've been telling you guys that, it's a Shayna match. It's going to be 2 minutes and she's going to lose by a roll-up. What happened again? April of 2022 is where we're at. And she's still in a 2-minute match getting rolled up. This is supposed to be one of the badass gals in the industry. Shayna Baszler, a real MMA fighter, by the way. Her presence, the aura she gives off, she's a badass gal. She loses via fruit roll-up. More than anybody. Natty was the only one last year to lose more fruit roll-ups, correct? Is Jer9 still up in here? I believe Natty's the only one. Jer9 did the statistics for BC. Natty, I think, was the only one to beat her in roll-ups. Shayna was right there. That's what it's not just my opinion when I say things on this channel, guys. I'm giving you facts. My amplified unit are giving you statistics. Shayna got more than Natty. Jer9, 15 for Shayna last year. Natty got 8. 15 times. It's her kryptonite, bro. It is her kryptonite. Roll her up, and Shayna is like a turtle that just got flipped upside down. Like the kid in the Christmas Story. Remember the little brother that gets stuck in the snow and he's got the big snowsuit on? And all of his friends and his brother fucking keep walking. And he's in the snow and he's like, I can't get up. I can't get up. Guys, how? I can't get up. And he's wiggling and he's trying to get up. That's fucking Shayna Baszler. Just like it was Stanky earlier. How do you take somebody like Shayna Baszler and look at her and go, all you're good for is getting rolled up? I see you losing this match. Hold on, let me look at you a little closer. Let me understand your character. You're going to get rolled up again tonight. Like, how can you possibly make that decision, guys? That is catastrophically criminal. Again, much love, Naomi. I love watching her collect W's, which should have been happening for 10 fucking years. But how do you do that to Shayna, dude? A fruit roll-up? Again in 2 minutes? Post-match, Sasha and Naomi get beat up. Okay. Baszler lost another 2-minute match by the fruitiest of roll-ups. We're not going to forget that because then afterwards they beat them up. Baszler, like, breaks the arm of Naomi, snaps it back, and steps on it. Okay. She just lost by a roll-up. 50-50 type booking is not going to help make her anything. She can't lose and look like an embarrassing idiot and then a minute later after the match, look dominant. Sasha is in like a fucking sharpshooter on the ropes or something, underneath the ropes, and Natty's using it for leverage. I'm like, okay, what is this doing? And then what? For Backlash, do we get the tag title rematch? Natty and Shayna against Sasha and Naomi again? Another rematch from WrestleMania? I think at that point they added a couple teams. WrestleMania was even more of a smorgasbord clusterfuck. I just... No, bro. I don't know. What do you want me to say? And I hope you didn't throw all your fruit to that match. That was the second fruit roll-up of the night. No. Save some of your fruit, because we're about to go into Ridge Holland versus Xavier Woods. Same exact match we saw on March 25th SmackDown, by the way. Oh, yeah. Did you think I was just supposed to forget about that because Vince doesn't want me to talk about it? No, I don't forget. March 25th. Am I correct? March 25th. Same match. Xavier versus Holland. Why the fuck do we need to see it again a month fucking later with no fucking reasoning? Is this supposed to still be a feud? Kofi and Xavier versus these? Are we going to watch this? And then they're playing Where's Waldo with Butch. A storyline with Butch was created last night. Like, where's Butch? Is he in New York? Is he in LA? Is he at Walt Disney World? Is he in the local fucking Wegmans? Is he at the local gas station? Is he in Costco? Is he in Home Depot? Playing fucking, remember Nickelodeon? Was it Nickelodeon? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Am I bringing you guys back to the 90s? Where's Butch? Where's Waldo? Where in the world's Carmen Sandiego? Where's Butch? Who the fuck cares where Butch is? I love when they showed a graphic of Butch. It was with New York City. I forgot if it was the Flatiron District or not, or maybe it was the Flatiron Building. I forgot, but he's in New York, and I always look at Butch and I'm thinking he's a 1920s hot dog fucking boy. You know, he's selling hot dogs. Hot dogs, yeah. 3'2", 3'2". And they showed a picture of Butch with New York as a background. And I'm like, oh, this dude looks like he's about to start his shift to sell some hot dogs. But I don't know what they're doing with Butch. Can you ruin this guy anymore? So anyway, this is a rematch from March 25th. Woods defeats Holland with the fruitiest of fucking roll-ups. He calls this, at least he's having fun with it. He's having fun with the shit. He's just literally calling it a backwoods. He's calling it one of his finishers now because he knows it's a fucking joke. He calls it the backwoods. Third roll-up of the night. Here it comes. Roll it up like a fastball. Like you're a pitcher for my New York Yankees. Like Garrett Cole. Here comes a fucking 102 mile an hour orange right into the ring. Here comes a fucking banana right at your dome piece. Here comes a fucking lime. A blueberry to your fucking nutsack. A strawberry to the how you doing. Here it comes. Throw more of that fruit that you purchased at the grocery store. Show Vince McMahon that this is unacceptable. A third roll-up in one show, guys. Can you not get creative to think of another way to fucking finish your matches? Let me start up another fucking coffee. Start up another coffee in a second. How is there not another fucking way that we can come together to think of a better fucking... Lost my chat for a second. I got you guys back. All right, I'll move on. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. 3 roll-ups in one night. How you do that, man? Sheamus then challenges Kofi after a commercial. Yay! Yay! After the roll-up, man, Sheamus gets on the mic and says, hey, Kofi, I want you one-on-one now. And I'm thinking, just like all of you at this point, this is riveting fucking television. This is riveting. This is the best show on the planet. Now we get to watch Sheamus and Kofi. Can this get any better? Don't answer that, Sasha. Sheamus defeats Kofi via the bro kick. Do you guys see what just happened? So right after Woods rolls up Holland, just a few minutes later, Sheamus is defeating Kofi. So it's the exact definition in pro wrestling of 50-50 booking. It ain't just for one person to win and lose. It's literally whoever you're connected with and your storyline. So when this was all said and done, none of us, psychologically speaking, because this is truth, right? This is how the human psyche works. None of us can realistically give a fuck about any of these people because they're all losers. You win one, and then you lose 1 minute later. It's the exact wrestling definition of 50-50 booking. And it's fucking horrendous. And then, after 3 fucking roll-ups in one night, all the fucking fruitiness in the world was already on display last night. Then we go into something downright pathetic. We go to Lacey Evans and her sob story pity party world tour. I hope you guys had your fucking violins ready to go. Let me make a coffee for this one. I'm going to go with Folgers, guys, on this one. That's some fucking Folgers. The best part of Wake It Up is Folgers in your cup. Folgers, it's in your motherfucking cup. Take out my fucking French vanilla. Some fucking Folgers up in this bitch. Get another mug. Strength, high. Temperature, hottest. Brew that shit. All right, we got a fresh coffee coming in, guys. Let's keep rocking. Lacey Evans, a 4th installment. I can't even make this shit up, bro. 4 weeks in a row, we have been listening to a human being tell her sob story about her upbringing, her life, into the journey of becoming a Marine. We've all grown up. Most of us have grown up with a shitty childhood or a hard one. If you're like BC, a million times worse and harder than anything I heard Lacey fucking claim. And I have a couple, 2 brothers that graduated the Marines and a good friend of my older brother who's like a brother to BC. So 3 brothers. 3 of my brothers are Marines. They can tell you stories. And I'm listening to this for 4 fucking weeks. 4 weeks about my dad made us move a lot. My dad was an asshole. My dad wasn't the best. I couldn't make a lot of friends because I was moving a lot. I had to grow up and be a strong woman. I became a Marine and a real life ass kicker. I'm like a female G.I. Joe. I'm thinking, what are we fucking listening to and why? If it's 1 week, right? Even the people, I gauged most of the community. A lot of people said this. I was okay with it for 1 week, I guess. But 2 weeks was kind of like, all right, that's a little much. They said by week 3, I was done. Well, how about 4? But it was interesting because even people that said it was okay at first, you know it's bad when they're all like, okay, this is... My Folgers, my coffee is done. They were like, this is too much, bro. Like, it's so weird what she is doing, what they're having her do to try to get over the sympathy card for an entire month? And what is it going to do when she comes down the aisle now? Are we going to jump out of our seats and applaud because now we know her childhood was hard? Mine was fucked up beyond belief. Does that mean I get fucking, I get everybody giving me a fucking like the second I make a video? No, I gotta earn the shit. I gotta speak those facts. I earn every fucking like that I get. I have to earn it. You can't just tell your sob story and now we're also, you're trying to force people to not, if you don't like her, you're a douche. I can't boo her now. How can I boo somebody now that I know her story? Because she played, we're supposed to play the violin every time she comes down now. Oh shit, that's Lacey Evans. She had to move a lot when she was a kid. Her dad wasn't the best. Or you're supposed to sympathize. I had a bad childhood too, so she's like me. I like her. And she starts it off so weird. She starts it off taking a breath and going, okay, here it goes. Like she's being held at weapon point to tell the story. It's like one of those videos that you would see when a country captures somebody and they force them to make a video telling everyone they're okay. Hi, I'm okay. They're feeding me. I'm in a good location. I'm going to be okay. Stop worrying. They're even giving me a puppy tomorrow. Bye. Lacey Evans starts these off with, okay, here it goes, everyone. When we moved a lot, I then had to transition into new friends. It was hard for me. My parents were still arguing at that time, so I had to get a puppy named Jasmine. My puppy Jasmine died 6 years later, and I couldn't figure out why. I developed depression because of Jasmine dying. I got a new puppy, but he got ran over by Ryback. I said, Ryback, I'm no longer a fan. He jumped out and said, what? Feed me more! And he started chasing around my cat named Jules. Jules tried to fight Ryback, but Ryback powerbombed Jules. Jules passed away because of that. Ryback gave me PTSD. I can't stand any of this. Tune in next week for part 5. I mean, I stopped listening to her because it was so cringeworthy. I stopped listening. I don't care if Ryback ran over all of your animals. I mean, I do because I love animals, and that sucks. Fuck you, Ryback. But I don't know what she was talking about. Guys, the point is, we have fun with this, and I know. Because, I mean, you have to laugh. It's so cringeworthy for all of us to have to watch this for 4 weeks about it. It's uncomfortable, am I right? Like, why are we listening to this? This is all being done to try to get you over? This is all being done so you will get an applause? It's so awkward that we kind of have to laugh. But, guys, in all honesty, it has to stop. I think we can all agree that this Lacey Evans thing cannot go a 5th week. Because it's getting hard to, it's been hard to watch from week 1. It's not helping her. This might actually hurt her even more. So anyway, I'm done with it from here on out. Just so you guys know, I will not be reviewing. If they decide to do another 5th week of this, I will not be reviewing this. Lacey Evans anymore, guys. I will not be doing it. I will change the channel, and I will review the rest of the show. I will no longer entertain this stupid fucking concept. I mean, they're having this girl pimp out her childhood to try to be liked and to try to get an applause. They're having this woman pimp out her childhood and her upbringing just so she doesn't get booed. I don't know how that sits comfortably with anybody out there in the wrestling world, much less the world at large. That is fucking sad, bro. Guys, I just want to give a salute to all you guys before I start this up. Hold on. Salute. Fresh new coffee. before we get into the main event. This is a Beat the Clock Challenge main event. Ronda Rousey defeats Shotzi Blackheart. That's right, I'll give her her whole proper name. Shotzi Blackheart. Butch Theory. Shotzi. Vince loves giving people just one name. Let's lose everything else. Ronda Rousey defeats Shotzi Blackheart. Now, yeah, okay, that's realistic. Ronda needs to be winning. Isn't it sad also, guys, as Dakota Kai gets released, isn't it also sad to see what happened to Shotzi Blackheart? She, just like Ember Moon has claimed and so many others, she was told to sit at home because they have nothing for her. People thought she was injured. They were asking if she's okay. What's up with Shotzi? They had nothing for Shotzi. Nothing. They bring her back to lose in a couple of minutes to Ronda Rousey. She defeats Shotzi Blackheart via tap out with 1:41 on the clock. It was so sad to see Shotzi Blackheart screaming, "I quit! I quit!" It was so sad to see. Wow. Charlie Flair then gets in the ring. Goes a full 5 minutes with Aaliyah. 5 minutes. Thus, Ronda wins the Beat the Clock Challenge because she beat Shotzi in less time. Aaliyah lasted 5 minutes with Charlie. Shotzi taps the fuck out, screaming, "I quit." It's good to know where their priorities are. And that was that. We went off the air. It was so bad. It was so badly done. Ronda's smiling at the commentary table. Maybe she got into the ring. I think she was still at the commentary table. She's smiling because she beat her in the clock challenge. Charlotte's like, fuck. Fuck, how did this happen? That was the show, man. 3 roll-ups. Lacey Evans Sob Story Pity Party World Tour. The one match anybody gave any semblance of fuck about at their pay-per-view in 8 days getting canceled. In a fucked up, pathetic Beat the Clock challenge with no purpose other than to destroy talent like Shotzi Blackheart. I know this show was taped, but that's not an excuse. SmackDown for the last couple of weeks especially has been a fucking shit fire. A shit storm full of bullshittery. It has been pathetic to the highest regards and degrees. It has been unacceptable. It has been inexcusable. I forgot about Gulak. Gulak got beat up again by Charlie last night. Drew Gulak. Because like Bubba Ray and Mark Henry said, they want to see Charlie Flair beat up the guys from now on. Bubba Ray and Mark Henry want Charlie to go through the men's roster. Well, it's starting already with Drew Gulak getting beat up every week. Back over to those releases, because that's what happened earlier in the day, hours before SmackDown. For those that say fake outrage when releases like this happen. Fake outrage. Here goes everybody now. Everyone's in the community is going to act like they're fucking outraged because they were released. My question would be, how are you not outraged if you know the work of Dakota Kai and Dexter Lumis the past year plus? If you're Dakota Kai, years with an S. How would you not be outraged? I don't understand how anybody would be okay with that or think that anybody else is making a big deal out of nothing. Dakota Kai takes the same fucking route as Ember Moon. They have nothing for them. They fuck with their heads, promising them the world and then not delivering on anything. They sit them home for weeks and even months with nothing. and then they release you. It's not even just firing somebody. It's literally fucking with them. Almost like you're purposely trying to sabotage them and their career. That's what it looks like to be seeing so many, because it happens all the fucking time. It is a downright shame. If you would have told me just a year ago, a few months ago, that Dexter Lumis, a guy who we all thought was going to be one of the next big stars in pro wrestling, was going to be released, how does that not befuddle you? How does that not confuse you? How does that not frustrate the fuck out of you that these dudes are losing, and gals are losing their jobs unjustifiably? Because you can't say, oh, well, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We do. Because when these wrestlers are getting released, they're telling their story. It's not out of bitterness. They're telling facts that happened to them. You listen to Ember Moon's story recently. These are things that happened to her. These are real things that happened to her. She was sent home for months because she was told they have nothing for her. Could you imagine having the talent like Ember Moon? And I always loved the character. Her theme music, she would come out. I mean, this is something that you can market. The character, her mannerisms, the outfits that she would wear, you can market the fuck out of that. The theme song I always loved. In the ring, forget about it. I don't see many females at all doing a fucking top rope reverse stunner. The Eclipse. And could you imagine being that type of a wrestler and being told, we have nothing for you, stay home? And then they bring you in, they tell you they're going to give you something, they tell you you're going to get the world, and then they lie. They change their minds. Could you imagine being one of the best wrestlers in the world, like Ember Moon, because she is, being told to go out on a dark match or main event, you're going to kind of sort of turn heel. When it was all said and done, your fans are asking, did you turn heel? And Ember doesn't even know. That's what she said in this interview. Ember didn't even know if she was heel or not. The wrestlers don't even know what is going on backstage. FTR has said it. Rusev has said it. Brody Lee has said it. Matt Cardona has said it. Zack Ryder. Mickie James has said it. Ember Moon has said it. I don't know how many wrestlers have to come out and say, are they all just bitter? Or are they just telling you what is happening back there? They don't know what's going on because the powers that be, Vince McMahon, is so erratic. They don't know what's going on. They're constantly changing shit, playing God. And when people like BC come on these platforms and just speak the truth, there's a group of fans that don't want to believe it. Nah, it's all fine. It's all okay, everybody. They don't know what they're talking about. No, we do. Because the wrestlers are saying this now. It's not just the podcasters. We're relaying the messages now. That's all we're doing. That's how we know it's fucking truth. I can't imagine somebody of Ember Moon's talent chasing around the 24/7 fucking title to the point where she broke her fucking leg chasing that piece of shit. And it's fucking pathetic. She says in this interview, she gave her whole right side of her body to the company just to be released. Not even a thank you. Fucked up her arm forever. Fucked up her leg forever. No thank you. Instead, stay at home. We'll call you when we got something. Come on in. We're going to give you something. Hey, come over here, Ember. We changed our mind. Go back home. And then she was told the exact quote, I'm sorry to tell you this, Vince, for those of you that wonder why I only blame Vince and not Bruce Pritchard, John Laurinaitis, the 612 writers, because at the end of the day, Vince is in control of every last decision. So she was pulled. This is from her words. She said, somebody, maybe it was Johnny, somebody went up to her and said, Vince, I'm sorry to say this. They were actually sorry to tell Ember this. Vince has decided to take you off the road indefinitely. One of the best talents in the world has already been left at home for months. She finally came back because you said you were going to give her something, Vince. And then Vince changes his mind, puts her back on an airplane, and she has to go back home. Stays there for weeks more. How do you fuck with somebody like this at any job and it's okay to you? How is this okay for anybody? To treat anybody that is giving you their body? It's not okay. It's not fake outrage when releases like this occur. I was pissed off when Ember got released. I was pissed off. I still talk about that release just like Mickie James and so many others to this very day. If you're a faithful watcher of this channel, you know I still fucking rant and rave. I can't believe you can misuse talent like that. Instead of Vince realizing his wrongs, he doubles down, triples down. He takes Dakota Kai and says, hit the bricks. You're too good. You're too fucking good. Did Vince not like Dakota Kai in the booty shorts? Was it not enough booty for Vince? And Dexter Lumis, during that pandem, was in some of the best segments for BC. That character was so much fun. And they were doing so much to just release the motherfucker. And Triple H is right there in these meetings. Right there. But Triple H won't fucking get the balls to stand the fuck up. He's right there in Vince McMahon's pocket. And if you're wondering how Triple H fits in Vince McMahon's pocket, it's because he doesn't have to put his balls in there with him because those are already firmly placed in Stephanie McMahon's purse. What? Too much fucking truth? Am I supposed to sit here and praise Triple H for making NXT? No, Dusty Rhodes made it. H has done nothing but sit back and go with every move that Vince and Nick Khan are doing. If you're gonna watch somebody light something up ablaze, if you're gonna watch vandalism or a robbery or a fucking building get lit on fire and do nothing about it, well, I'm fucking putting you in the fucking hot seat with everybody else. Just because you didn't throw the fucking match doesn't mean you ain't involved, bitch. You know what Triple H says? Same thing he said that Ember Moon admitted it. Ember Moon admitted it. Triple H is like, I don't know what's going on. I have to find out. Then she's like, Triple H just disappeared after that with his heart thing. Well, before that, he even admitted, the NXT crew in the original meeting admitted that he was in the original meetings with 2.0. So he knew all of these changes were happening before the heart thing. That's the evidence that came out. Now that he's back, he's doubling down and admitting it. And he still isn't stopping these releases. Everybody that fucking said Triple H was not to blame, he's being done dirty. Where you at now? He's in all the meetings now. He's the fucking head recruiter. That's literally what he's doing. He's all about the talent. These are his boys and gals. Wouldn't you fucking stand up for Dakota Kai, bruh? Wouldn't you stand the fuck up and say, Vince, I fucking love you. I'm your son-in-law. Triple H is a multi-millionaire. He never has to work another day in his life, and he's going to be just fine. He sells the wreck of his stocks. His kids will never have, his kids will never work another day. Beyond rich. At what point do you not only grow a set of balls, but you have some fucking morals? I love the people that go, what do you expect, BC? He's not going to lose his job. That's stupid. So what are you saying? He's never going to stand up for anyone when he thinks it's wrong? He's always going to yes man Vince because you can't expect him to lose his job, but he's like, yes, I can. I've seen people that worked at Dunkin' Donuts think that their manager and boss was doing bad shit, and they stood up. They found themselves out of a job. They were living paycheck to paycheck. Do you know what that means? You go homeless if you can't pay your bills. H is a multi-millionaire. I'm supposed to feel bad because he won't stand up for his kids? Fuck that, dude. I refuse to think that way. It is time for Triple H to stand the fuck up or move on. But no, he chooses, let me suck the dick of Vince McMahon. That's not shade, believe it or not. I used to love the Cerebral Assassin, man. As kids, teenagers, we do the spritz, right? To Triple H's music. He helped turn Dusty Rhodes' NXT into the NXT that, man, you couldn't miss. But at the end of the day, it was always for Vince McMahon, in his word, He was always playing Vince McMahon's bitch. And it turned out to be true. You can put him up on the pedestal and he can tell Ember Moon he doesn't know what's going on. It's all Vince. And at the end of the day, he's right. Vince is the one with the final decision. But how many of your kids are you going to fucking lie to and not tell them that this is bad? You're on your way out. No, I don't know. Everything's going to be fine. Let me work it out. And Ember's like, that's the last time I heard of him. He's back now. Dexter Lumis, Dakota Kai. No, where's Triple H? Where's Triple H? He knows this is wrong. All of us know this is wrong. No. I can't, oh, man. I can't fathom how talents like this keep getting released. But such is life. I have to move on. This is going to be a 3-hour fucking podcast. I feel bad. It is not fake outrage, but you can say it is. When us in the community are really baffled by Dakota Kai and Lumis, just like we were with Ember Moon and everybody else, it's baffleness. It's how can this happen in the company? It's how can somebody like Triple H be back in the role that he is, and still this continues to happen? Even with H right there in the office with the decisions being made, it's still happening. I'm baffled by this, man. Baffled. And this is the beginning. Guys, the truth is, and this is sad to hear, this is not all the releases. They haven't even hit the main roster yet. I know it seems like a lot, right? Oh, 10 or more. When it's all said and done, like 10 names, BC. Guys, that's just the beginning. I heard this is supposed to be the biggest round of cuts in company history. That was just the beginning. That was literally the appetizer. They started with NXT. Don't be shocked if you got 20 or more coming for the main roster. This is the beginning, unless May 5th is when we think, just a few days is when they're going to have their conference call. Within a 10-day span, maybe even on that day is when we're expecting this. They still have some days to pull their heads out of their asses. Because we hope it doesn't happen. We hope nobody has to lose their job and the old bastard in Stamford, Connecticut, VKM, can just start using people properly. But don't be shocked if you hear a lot of names over the next 7 to 10 days. Because that's what we're still hearing. Budget cuts, people. But they're going to rant and rave on May 5th during the quarterly report. On May 5th, when Vince McMahon, Nick Khan, Stephanie, they're all going to sit up there and take the conference calls to all their shareholders, their stock options, all of that. And they're going to make the company sound so good. They're going to tell you how much money the company made over the last year. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. They're going to tell you how much money they made. And on the same day or around, they're going to do budget cuts again. Fuck that, dude. Guys, that's the review, and I can go another hour on these fucking releases. But I want you guys to go about your fucking day and whoop that ass. Kick the weekend's ass. Have a lot of fun. Whoop some ass, all right? So that's the review. I'm going to stick around for a few minutes longer. There were some supers, I believe, that came in over the last hour. So I want to get to some supers. So I am going to stick around, shoot the shit a little bit. For those of you that came just for the review, much love and respect, honestly. Salute. Thank you for smashing that up. I see that we just went over 350 on the ups. We're headed toward 400 live. So we are kicking fucking ass today. I thank you guys so much. And if you came here just for the review, so long, everybody. Check you. We'll catch you guys early next week. Hopefully I can do a Monday Night Raw live review. Oh, no. I don't think I'm going to be able to, actually. Well, maybe. I don't know. Stay subscribed and notified. Much love, everybody. Much respect. Check you. Nope. Absolutely not. Triple H can run NXT, and he just refuses to. He just refuses to get his balls out of Stephanie's purse. So I see some defending of Triple H. I'm not going to allow that. Triple H is absolutely ready to rock. Triple H can stand up for anybody. I'm not going to ever allow that. I assure you. Triple H, helped out all these women in NXT, right? This new movement of women's actual wrestling. And then he just turns it upside down because he's being the yes man. That's the truth. There's no spinning this around. Don't anybody try spinning this around. These are the facts. I don't need opinions back. I don't need disagreements. It's just the facts. Triple H is allowing it all to happen. So absolutely, he's helping the run shit. Understand that. As long as we're all on the same page, we can move fucking forward. Check you later, everybody. My supers, hold on. Anybody that wants to hang out for a couple extra minutes, who knows? Probably going to be even fucking... Oh, there was a lot, actually, man. Oh, shit, man. Starting with Bakayuka. Hold on, dude. Bakayuka! Where'd Bakayuka go? Hold on, I just had Bakayuka. Oh, I got you. 2-spot. What up, Bakayuka? TK, stop the blood bleeding on Dynamite for 2 weeks. Oh, he ain't gonna do that. He loves that shit, bro. He loves putting the fucking blood out there in every fuck. He loves lights out. He'll put lights out for fucking anything. Anything could deserve a fucking lights out, bro. It could be, fucking Joey Janela could return to AEW and he'd get lights out. The blood bleeding is always going to be there, man. You're going to get the Bunny versus Anna Jay will have blood. Oh, that's funny. Carlos Ray, 5-spot. Yes, BC, the rumors started flying, so wanted to hear your confirmation or not on this. Thank you, salute. Carlos, salute. Carlos is talking about Discovery pretty much buying over Warner Media, and they're not happy with TBS TNT pulling in that whole... just not happy with the product, Is Discovery kind of want to do away with wrestling? AEW. Not reputable sources are claiming that. So, yeah, Carlos. Just for confirmation, AEW is fine. They're not going anywhere now for the foreseeable future. TBS and TNT are pretty happy with Tony Khan's product. Strictango 2-spot. Why is that most baby faces suck nowadays? Heels too, though, Strick. Do you guys know that Roman Reigns broke character again? This is a true story. Roman Reigns just broke it. I believe, are they in the UK? Where are they at, guys? Where's the tour currently? Where's WWE right now? Wherever they are. London, England. Thank you, Jared9. They're in London. He broke character again. Telling everybody, thanks for coming out. We don't get here often. We appreciate it. Blah-dity, blah-dity, blah-dity. That's 3 times now, guys. He's already done it at 2 live events previous. I told you guys this is now a new trend where the biggest heel in the company is now going around the world, not just the US, and he's ending the show after just playing the heel in the match minutes earlier. He now is becoming the top face, sending everyone home happy and smiling. How the fuck are we supposed to take Roman Reigns serious when I think he's putting on the best work of his career when the dude is playing a heel and face within minutes of each other around the world? I can't believe Roman is breaking character like this. It is fucking pathetic. He and Paul Heyman need to have a meeting with Vince McMahon and say, cut the fucking shit, bro. That is a problem where you don't have a face big enough to send the people home happy with that message. And here's another thing. Why does everybody have to be sent home happy? Why does everybody always have to have a smile on their face when they're leaving the arena? As Jennifer Pierce, one of my subscribers, said last week, why can't Roman get on the mic and say, the match is over, now get the fuck out of here? Without the fuck. The match is over, now get out of here. And on your way out, acknowledge me again. Why can't they just do that? Why can't the heel send people home? That used to happen all the time when I used to go to live events. It's so weird, man. But this is the new Roman Reigns. This is the new WWE. The heel is also a face. There is no distinction. At any given moment, Vince is just going to put you against anybody, have you cut a face promo, heel promo. It doesn't matter. Charlie Flair every other week is a heel or a face or a heel or a face. You never know who anybody is anymore because Vince doesn't give a fuck. Strict Tango. No doubt. Clutch City Fan, $3.99. Straight Fire, have a coffee, BC. Clutch City Fan, I appreciate the coffee. Thank you for enjoying the stream. More importantly, thanks for tuning in, smashing that up as we go toward 400 live. Keep rocking that, guys. Clutch City Fan knows what's up. Derek Fleming Jr. with a couple of 199s says both programs giving women divas in ring time. No doubt. No doubt. AEW and WWE. There's a lot of divas type time being given. 199 also by Derek Fleming Jr. says, can't believe Raquel smiled the whole match. What the hell? Because you're thinking she's obviously a heel, but she's being produced like a face. And this is going to be Rhea Ripley all over again, no matter how much she tries to smile. But that's Vince McMahon's MO. Everybody smile. DB with a 5 spot. Unless you're Charlotte, Ronda, or Becky, these women, in my opinion, are wasting their time. Last tells me Shotzi is following Dakota out the door. Absolute bullshit. Yeah, Shotzi looks to be next. I think they only brought her back because for months she's been on the shelf because they told her they have nothing for her. They brought her back last night. We're already starting to see her just get squashed. I believe Shotzi is next in line to be let go, unfortunately, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if people like Finn Balor are out the door as well. How sad is that? But yeah, DB, I think the writing is on the wall for Shotzi. And that is so fucking sad. Jar9 Gaming, 5 spot, says, reports are Dakota told WWE she wasn't re-signing, so that may be why WWE released her and WWE didn't view her as a good enough talent for the main roster. Well, that's the thing, Jar9. That's the main problem. For somebody to be so unhappy that they don't even want to resign, that's the same fucking problem that we're discussing. That's what's said. Ember Moon said, I keep referring to this interview that Ember Moon just did. Ember Moon said that for months, she has been so unhappy that she bought an extra bag and kept it in the locker room for 2 months before she finally said enough. Because Ember Moon said for 2 months, she's been showing up to work thinking at any moment I could quit because I'm done with this. Does that story sound familiar? Brody Lee, Rusev, FT, all of them were saying that. How they were just showing up to work so unhappy because they didn't know what was going on anymore. They felt so misused and just fucked with. So Dakota Kai was the same fucking thing. Jar9, do you remember months ago, Dakota Kai was reported to be on the main roster. We knew that she was doing the dark matches. And then for months, there was no Dakota Kai. She was not used again. Then all of a sudden she showed up back in NXT. Then she's not used again. Could you imagine how bad it must be for somebody the likes of Dakota Kai and all the talent that she possesses to tell the company, I don't even want to be here anymore? Could you imagine? So if those reports end up being true, just like Bivens, can you blame them? And Bivens is a fucking manager. Jar9, thanks for that scoop, man. We're going to hear a lot of stories and reports over the next 48 hours. No matter which way it's diced, it's criminal that people like Ember Moon and Dakota Kai get fucking trashed. Jar9 Gaming, much love and respect, dude. You know that. EC Money, $9.99. What up, BC? What up, dude? I have to ask, what was the point of Nakamura getting super kicked a couple of weeks ago if they were just going to go with Drew and Roman anyway? It made Nakamura look like a fool. EC Money, I totally forgot to even mention that, dude. What EC Money is talking about is several weeks ago, it looked like the feud for Backlash was going to be Nakamura and Roman Reigns, which I was like, okay, that's a good month feud. Finally give Shinsuke something, even with a fucking IC title, a US title, wouldn't matter. Shinsuke's booking was trash. almost as bad as Asuka when she had the Raw fucking title and she had to hold the hand of Lana and then hold the hand of Charlie Flair to try to give them some rub. It was almost that bad. So I'm like, okay, a month feuding with Roman. As long as they don't just feed him to Roman and after he loses to Roman at Backlash, as long as they keep some momentum with Nakamura, I'll be fine. Because they didn't do that with Cesaro. They didn't do that with Finn Balor. Look at them both. Cesaro is no longer with the fucking company, and Finn Balor is about to be released in 5 days-ish. So, I don't want to see Nakamura in that trend. Or do they know something that we don't? I said 2 months ago that I'm hearing this is going to be the biggest budget cuts in company history. They already started with 10 names in NXT. They pulled Nakamura from the Backlash feud with Reigns. Is Nakamura being released this week? Is that why they pulled him? Otherwise, why the fuck would you start up Nakamura and Roman 3 weeks ago if this is the result? Rushing Drew McIntyre and Roman into a 6-man tag. I hope you guys are keeping track. Yeah, Redhead Kingpin. A lot of people forgot about the Nakamura thing. Why was he taken off? You got to think, man. This is more than just, he's got a little bit of an injury maybe. No, there's more to this. Just unreal, man. Yeah, I can't believe that. Yeah, who is that? EC Money. Thank you for bringing that up. I totally forgot to talk about Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, what the fuck, dude? I said, don't be shocked if Finn Balor and Shotzi are released this week. Wouldn't that be something if fucking Shinsuke is on that list? Damn, man. Enforcer, 2K9, 5 spot. How does Lacey Evans go from the sassy Southern Belle, you nasty, who got multiple championship matches handed to her, to I had a hard knocks life, a hard knock life. It's the hard knock life for me. Enforcer 2K9. It's so cringeworthy. I still know her as you nasty, the little Southern Belle. And now all of a sudden they're going to realize they botched her and now she's G.I. fucking Jane. Enforcer 2K9, befuddled is what BC is on this. But it's cringeworthy. It's even more than just not liking it or thinking it's wrong. I mean, this literally, we will have to change the channel if there's a 5th week of listening to Lacey Evans cry about her childhood. It's so fucking odd. Enforcer 2K9, no doubt. Christopher Blackshear, $4.99. Lacey Evans promos are cringe. They trade a unification tag strap match for a 6-man schmoz. The I Quit Beat the Clock matches did nothing. So Christopher Blackshear heard about SmackDown last night, and he ain't happy either. The I Quit matches did nothing but more harm than good. I mean, look at Shotzi Blackheart. That's why we think she's out the door this week. Taking away the title unification match for a 6-man is a downgrade. And Christopher Blackshear, Lacey Evans promos are literally making people change the fucking channel, dude. Christopher Blackshear, good to see you up in here, man. Thank you for coming on in and smashing that up. Derek Fleming Jr. with a $1.99. BC, how would you sell Backlash to a casual fan? In its current state? Like Derek Fleming Jr., are you still in the chat? Are you saying the card that we have right now, how would I sell this to a casual fan? Because I couldn't. There'd be no way to sell this. There'd be no way to sell this card to a casual fan. And a casual fan maybe not even saw WrestleMania. Because this card is all rematches. But I guess you would have to try to sell it on good wrestling, right? Edge and AJ Styles, and try to hide the fact that we just saw this a few weeks ago, earlier this month. You would try to hide the fact that Rollins and Cody, we just saw a few weeks ago, earlier this month. You'll just have to say some of the best wrestlers in the world. You're going to get flawless wrestling, I guess, right? And that's how I would try to sell this. That's the only way I could sell this to a casual fan. I don't see anything that's jumping off the page. Ronda and Charlotte in a beat the clock, or I'm sorry, an I Quit match. But if you know anything about Mania, that match was horrific. How the fuck is an I Quit match going to be pulled off when Charlie doesn't want to sell for Ronda? So Charlie is not going to sell any of these submission moves. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's not a way other than to try to say, hey, great wrestling is going to be produced. And that might be a lie, because even with the wrestlers in there, you never know if Vince is going to give them the proper time. And Vince also tells certain people during certain matches not to do certain things. He tells them to slow the pace throughout. He tells them not to do some high spots. He tells them to not overwork the crowd. Basically, dumb yourself and your talents down because he's got another match that he wants to be the hottest. I mean, Vince does this shit. So I wouldn't want to be in the position to sell this to a casual fan. Basically, that's my answer. Derek Fleming Jr. Carlos Ray, another 5-man. Carlos is BC. Did you get the email survey from WWE asking us what we thought of the current product? Asking what we would like to see. Oh, I don't know, Carlos. I don't really check. I probably should check emails more. I don't really check a lot of emails and shit. They probably did. But are they, because this isn't the first time they did this, Carlos, are they asking people what they think about the product again? Because I would show ruthless aggression to the highest of honesty in answering that survey. How is our product? It is a complete fucking shit stain in a toilet bowl. How's that? Is that on the survey, Carlos? Shit stain in a toilet bowl. That's where it's at. But no, Carlos, I didn't see it, but I've seen many in the past. It's probably generic. Like, how do you feel about today's product? Good, bad, not so good, really good, you love it. You watch all 3 hours on a Monday. You watch 2 hours. You watch 1 hour. It's probably generic like that. BC will tell you exactly how the fuck it is. Over 375, man. We're so close to 400 live on those ups, dude, before I even take off. Hold on. I think I got a few more, guys. Hold on. I think a few more supers came in before I take off. Yes, I can confirm that. In fact, Vicky Hess with a 20 spot with that heart. That heart fucking, what do you call that? Emoji sticker? Vicky Hess is showing that love big time with that 20. So allow BC to send that love and respect right back to Vicky Hess, one of my tried and trues. Let me give a proper salute to Vicky. Appreciate that, Vicky. I know we're going toward 2.5 hours. We started early on a Saturday morning. People are probably running errands, sleeping still, and BC's putting on a fucking podcast. Vicky Hess, I appreciate that. Christopher Blackshear with another 199. Says, imagine the Demon joining Edge as a heel. You know what? I would love that, Christopher. I would fucking love that. It provides something for Baszler. It's a different type of fucking aspect to him, a different type of level to his career, I'm sure. I'm down. Give the dude some due diligence. Bring the Demon back. Beggars can't be choosers. Just bring the Demon back. Because even at Finn Balor's size, his height and everything, this is why I say sometimes size doesn't fucking matter for pro wrestlers being larger than life. If you can have the right character and you're booked properly and you can pull it off and Vince gives a fuck about you, the Demon was larger than life. So first of all, Christopher, just bring it back. If you want to turn him heel and join Edge and Priest, I'm okay with that. Even if not the Demon, Balor with them, I think, is better than just Balor against them. Just give this guy something. Brianna, good call there, Christopher Blackshear. Something, bro. Brianna. What up, Brianna? 5 spot. Just a FYI, my need for coffee has gone through the roof thanks to you. When I pick up an iced Dunkin', I think, dag nabbit, BC. Salute. Don't pick up the habit too much, Brianna. It's not good for you. I always say, do as BC says, not as BC does, because I do a lot of unhealthy shit, and I drink too many. But Brianna, it just kickstarts BC, you know? And it's got to the point where there's sometimes where it actually calms me down as well. Coffee calms me down, believe it or not. Not decaf. I always go caffeinated. But in certain situations, I actually get calmed down. So coffee hits me kind of differently. So, yeah, coffee just gets me through the day, man. I always have to have a cup in my hand. Again, that's not a good thing. That's not healthy. But, you know, it is what it is. So, Brianna, when you do get coffees, enjoy the fuck out of them. It's our adult beverage. We deserve it. Brianna, much love and respect. And here's a salute, by the way. It's a Brianna. The fourth 1-5 spot was team of Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. Doom. Underrated. The woman I was talking about who's 6'2", her name is Raylan Divine. Oh, Raylan Divine is who the fourth one was talking about. I don't know. Raylan Divine. Was she a part of that? I don't have the list in front of me. I don't think she was, though. Hold on, I'm trying to find out. Was she, guys? Raylan Divine has been released. She was a part of it yesterday. Yes, 6'3", by the way. According to her own little paragraph, 6'3" of sex appeal and steel, she says. So yeah, fourth one. Yes, she did get released as part of yesterday's release. So there you go. 6'3", bro. Sex appeal and steel, she says. Yes, Doom. I don't know about underrated because they were actually dominant. Anybody that remembers Doom, good bring up their fourth one. I feel like they were pretty dominant. They had a lot of success, I feel. Ahead of their time? Maybe. Would I have liked to see even more with them? Yes. I don't know about underrated, though. I thought they were pretty dominant. I mean, they always had this presence when BC was watching as a kid. For those of you guys that don't know, Ron Simmons, Butch Reed, that was the old-fashioned fucking, the old Doom. We're talking WCW, guys, not WWF. I don't know if that's going to help. A lot of people are like, what are you talking about? WCW. Just type in WCW Doom. You guys will see what fourth one is talking about. Yeah, but I wouldn't say underrated. Would have liked to have seen more, but I was really happy that they were a presence. Pretty fucking dominant. And such a fun tag team. Jeffrey Ross, $4.99. What up, BC? What up, Jeffrey Ross? Just leaving a like. Just stopping by and leaving a like, says Jeffrey Ross. I love to hear it as we hit 400 nearly, bro. I would love to hit 400 before we go off there, but just being that fucking close is good, man. You guys really showed up today. Thank you. On a fucking early Saturday morning. Just showing up to leave a like and catch the rest of the stream later. I'll be at Raw this Monday. Hopefully it's a good show. So Jeffrey Ross, thank you for smashing that up, dude. I truly appreciate that. Number 2, I truly mean these words. I hope you have a good time at Raw. I hope it's a better show than not. I don't think so, but I'm hoping. And no matter what, you're going to be around people that know some shit about, you know, you'll be around like-minded people. I just hope they're not the demented trained seals that just clap at everything. I hope your section is not that, man. Maybe you'll get some actual smart fans that'll know when to do an awesome chant if it arises. Know when somebody is fucking buried. You know, hopefully that is the case, man. But Jeffrey Ross, much love and respect. Speaking of, because I forgot to even do this earlier, but Shayna Baszler in 2022, April, getting another fruit roll-up in 2 minutes. I think we can safely say, I think I already said this last year. Months ago, for sure. I probably already said this. I don't know if I did the salute, but let's give Shayna Baszler a proper fucking salute, right? Unfortunately, it's not a salute she wants. We have to give the 10-bell salute to Shayna Baszler's career because she's still getting fruit roll-up in 2 minutes. There's no way that Baszler can ever recover from this type of booking. 10-bell salute. A moment of silence for Shayna Baszler's career, everybody. Thank you for that moment of silence, guys. And to Shayna Baszler's career, thank you for all the memories. Oh, fuck. There was none, right? Well, what could have been a lot of memories. Shayna Baszler's career, thank you. Jeffrey Ross, thank you, dude. Dante Jaren 23. 990 motherfucking 9. 10, a perfect 10. 10, a motherfucking 10. What up, BC? What up, Dante Jaren 23? What's going on? What's going to happen in a few years when Roman, Cody, Seth, and a majority of the main roster are in their 40s and don't want to travel like they do now, seeing as they've released their future? I don't know. We're going to find out, first of all, if there even is a fucking future for WWE 5-10 years from now. I think they're going to be sold before that. And who knows if they're going to stick around. The second Vince McMahon doesn't own the company anymore, we can't guarantee that this company will be around. Whoever buys it years after, if they don't think it's a profit for them good enough, they could sell it or just be done with it. Sell off the assets, liquidate. We saw it happen with WCW. Vince fucking bought it, didn't want to do anything with it. Done. Anybody that says WWE will never go out of business, they don't know they don't understand business. They do not understand business. So Dante Jaren 23, great question. We need to find out together. Because then they're in a world of shit at that point. Colin 199. Colin says, my monster is better than the bots. Hashtag TK. All right, that's all that matters, Colin. Strict Tango, 2-spot. We'll stop watching AEW if they don't hit 1 million by 2023. Well, they would have to hit 1 million by 20. I mean, that's the rest of the year with the roster that they have. If they're not consistently over 1 million by the end of 2020, that's the end of next year. Well, there's a problem. That's a massive problem. That is definitely a Tony Khan problem at that point. Derek Fleming Jr., 199. BC, do you watch Ozark? I do. Just came out last night, man. The final chapter. So I'm trying to milk these motherfuckers, man. But it's Ozark is one of my favorite shows. One of my favorite actors in the world is Jason Bateman. He plays the dad on the show. He plays the main character. But he's always been one of my favorite actors. Ozark. If you guys don't know, if you have Netflix, there's a show called Ozark. Check it out, man. You will not be sorry. And you will thank me afterwards, by the way. Yeah, Derek Fleming Jr., one of my favorite shows, man. It's sad to see it go. VC Stallion 199 says Elon Musk should buy WWE. LOL. He's buying everything else. I love how he bought out fucking Twitter. So now there's going to be free speech back on Twitter. There you go. Some people are not happy with that, right? It was better when it was just our words, man. But you're going to get everybody now, and we're going to see how this works out, dude. Elon Musk is not fucking around. He's putting people in space. He's taking over social media. He's got electric cars that cowboys are riding. Fucking cowboys are driving electric cars. I think this guy is just priming himself to take over the world. I think that's what Elon Musk is doing. A few weeks ago, he took over the richest man in the world. He beat Jeff Bezos from Amazon. So the new richest guy in the world, richest person in the world, is now Elon Musk. Could you imagine if he bought WWE, bro? He gave himself all the titles. Oh, that's funny. Guys, I think I got everybody. And we hit 400 on the ups, man. I appreciate the shit out of all you guys, dude. 400 live. We're on our way to 500 on the ups on a Saturday morning stream. Could you imagine if BC was prime time? Damn! But these are the only times I could do it, guys. It's not like I just try to put myself on the air at odd times so I can get, you know, so I can hurt viewership. And it's not that I do it on purpose. Trust me. I would love to just be prime time all the time and you know, I can get more viewers to more casuals. I get it. But this is the only time that I can do it. You got to remember, this isn't my job, guys. This isn't just, this isn't my sole source of income. You know what I mean? My life doesn't revolve around the channel, believe it or not. So I have to do it when I can. You know, there's a lot of people on this platform where their life revolves around this. If they stop making money from this, they're done. So they have to be on after shows or whatever. I get it. But I'm not like that, guys. So I understand it's tough for a lot of you guys to wake up early. If you're on the West Coast, 8 a.m. for a 11 a.m. stream like this morning. So to the West Coast, to all you guys, thank you for getting up early, putting aside errands. A lot of you guys do your errands by just putting in your earbuds. You don't watch BC, you just listen. You could just do that too. But to all you guys, man, no matter when I go live, which is the weirdest times, to know that I got hundreds live and thousands. Once this goes up on the channel in just 2 minutes, it's going to kick in the algorithm. Thousands of people are going to end up watching this. To know that I have that much support, fucking A, you guys are the best. No matter what time I come on, we fucking rock it out toward 500 on the ups. That's respect. And I want you to know it's going right back to you. Check you guys, man. I'm out. Thank you so much for a fucking nearly 3-hour stream. Check you guys, man. Man, I can't do a full roll call, guys, but just trust me. JR9, Dino, NJPW, Sharon, Martin, NJPW, Pile Driver, Ken, Marie, Luke, DeMonte, Carlos, JR9, Eddie, Santivia, Strict Tango. Hold on, I got to go over to my supers, actually, because you guys are my VIs. VC Stallion, Derek Fleming Jr., Strict Tango, Colin, Dante Jaron 23, Jeffrey Ross, the fourth one, Brianna, Christopher Blackshear, Vicky Hess, Carlos Ray. I got Derek Fleming Jr., Christopher Blackshear, Enforcer 2K9, EC Money, JR9 Gaming, DB, Clutch City Fan, Bakayuka, Devil Watts 69, Pile Driver Finisher, Ashley Stegels, Dave Mealy, Trev Reigns, the Tribal God. Oh, man. Deontay, Eric Decker, Ross Sucks, DJ is a Prodigy, CT Hill, Gary, Iron, James. Oh, fuck, man. There's so many of you guys, dude. All right, I will be here another hour, but to all my amp unit, salute to all you guys, man. We'll do this again very soon, I assure you, because I have just as amount of fun as you guys do, man. Trust me when I say that. Screaming for 3 hours. Check you guys. I'm out of here. Sasha's just going to play the same fucking music for earlier, so I'm going to save us all. She's not going to play my theme music today. She's in her own zone. She's been working since 6 a.m., so we're going to let her off the hook. No theme music to play us out. Just to check you later. Check you guys. Much love. I'm out.